If you're ready now, the starting lineups tonight for the Cincinnati Reds, leading off and playing third base, will be Pete Rose. Batting in the 2 slot, the right fielder, Ken Griffey. Joe Morgan will bat third and play second base. Hitting fourth in left field, George Foster. Batting number 5 and doing the catching, Johnny Bench. Hitting sixth, Dave Concepcion at shortstop. Batting seventh and getting his first start of the season, first baseman Bob Bailey. Hitting number 8 in center field, Cesar Geronimo. And batting ninth and pitching, left-hander Woody Freiman. Again for the Reds tonight, it's Rose at third, Griffey in right field, and Morgan at second base. Foster in left, Bench catching, Concepcion at shortstop. Bailey at first, Geronimo in center, and Freiman pitching. For the Padres, Jerry Turner will lead off and play left field. Billy Almon elevated from the number 8 spot in the Padre batting order to number 2 this evening, and he'll be at shortstop. Hitting third and right field, Dave Winfield. The cleanup batter will be center fielder George Hendrick. Gene Tenace will be at first base and bat fifth. Hitting number 6, the third baseman Doug Rader. Dave Roberts, initial start of the season for this young man. He'll be behind the plate catching and hitting seventh. Batting 8th at second base, Mike Champion. And batting number 9 and pitching for the Padres, left-hander Randy Jones. Again for San Diego, it's Turner in left, Almon at shortstop, and Winfield in right field. Hendrick in center, Tenace at first base, Rader at third. With Roberts catching, Champion at second base, and Jones on the mound. The Padres have been introduced. They are now on the field, and now the playing of our national anthem.
Let's all enjoy our national anthem. You're about 35, huh?
Broadcast is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by Cincinnati Reds Incorporated solely for the entertainment of our listening audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the descriptions and accounts of this game without the express written consent of Cincinnati Reds Incorporated is prohibited. The announcers on this broadcast are employed by the Cincinnati Reds Incorporated. Randy Jones, Woody Freiman, 2 left-handers tonight. Reds seeking their second consecutive win over this ball club that has now dropped 3 straight, counting the 2 in the 3-game series against the San Francisco Giants. And, Joe, it looks like we've got our offense in gear right now. We've got to get our pitching up to snuff.
Well, Marty, it's very encouraging, without a doubt. Last night's ball game, the long ball, and particularly John hitting the ball good 3 times. I think that's one of the real encouraging things about last evening. But overall, I just, I feel things are starting to fall into place. Of course, tough break last night for Freddie Norman with that back spasm, not being able to stay in the ball game. But as I said last night, just hang in there. Water, what do they say? Water seeks its own level or something like that. So we'll say our water is starting to seek its level.
Let's hope so. Hopefully. Boy, that Dodger ball club hot. They won again today. A shutout for Bert Hooton as the Dodgers knocked off the San Francisco Giants by a score of 5-0. 5-hitter for Hooton. So L.A. resting atop the National League Western Division, and Looks like it's going to be another year where the Reds and the Dodgers go head-to-head, and of course, we'll be seeing that club for the first time Monday night at Riverfront Stadium in the first of a 2-game set.
Well, might as well go home with a 3-game winning streak. Think of anything better than that.
No, and
folks happy.
Make it 4 behind ace Jack Billingham on Monday night.
Marty, I do want to say this, apologizing to Ken Griffey for that ball last night. As we pointed out, Kenny kind of nonchalant, and we found out why, didn't we? The thing fell apart. Why did it happen to Ken? That's the second time now in the last 3 years it's happened to Ken Griffey, where the cover absolutely came off the baseball and flied. And you can imagine, did you ever try to catch a butterfly?
Yes, that's it. We're ready to go here in San Diego. Randy Jones against Pete Rose, and the pitch is missing down and outside for ball 1, and this game is underway. Randall Leo Jones, who last year copped the National League Cy Young Award, delivers to Rose. The pitch is fouled off down the right field line and out of play, and the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Randy, one of the quickest workers in the National League. The only man who probably works faster than he does is the left-hander from Philadelphia, Jim Cott. The pitch, check swing as it misses the outside edge, and Rose is in front on the count against Randy Jones at 2 balls and 1 strike. Ken Griffey is on deck. Jones kicks and throws. Pete swings and grounds one into right field for a base hit. So Rose opens the game by going the other way against Randy Jones. That for Pete his 9th hit of the year and his 30th time up. That brings him up to the 300 level in batting average, and now stepping in will be the left-handed batting right fielder Ken Griffey. Kenny 10 for 33, make it 11 for 34 with 2 homers and 7 RBIs. Has homered once this season against San Diego pitching. So Rose bounces off the bag. Griffey takes a strike on the inside corner. Jones has won a game. He beat the Giants. He's lost a game. He was beaten by the Reds in the Major League opener a week ago Wednesday at Riverfront Stadium. Here's the stretch, and the 1-0-1 pitch swung out and fouled out of play. Griffey behind, 2 strikes. Rose at first. Joe Morgan, the on-deck batter, and, well, the Super Chicken is up to his tricks again. I tell you, if you ever come to San Diego to see a baseball game, you're really going to be amused twofold by the ball game and by the antics of this clown dressed up like a chicken. Something else. Down and outside, 1-2, the count on Ken Griffey. Randy Jones, his 3rd start in 13 innings. He's been touched for 18 hits and 7 earned runs. Has not walked a batter so far this season. Has struck out 3. Griffey swings, line drive, hit to right field. Here's Rose to second base, and will put on the brakes as he rounds a bag at second. The Reds have him at first and second on back-to-back hits from Rose and Griffey, and it'll bring on second baseman Joe Morgan. Defensively for San Diego, it's Gene Tenace at first, Mike Champion at second, Billy Almon at shortstop, and Doug Rader at third base. Their outfield has Jerry Turner in left, George Hendrick in center, and Dave Winfield in right. And Dave Roberts behind the plate, getting his first start of the season. Padre infield, double play depth, Morgan against Jones. The pitch, check swing on a breaking ball that's in for a strike. Joe exploded his 2nd homer of the season here last night. Home run coming in the 3rd inning with a man aboard off Brent Strom. Both of his home runs have come off Brent Strom. Morgan leads the club in RBIs, has 9, and against Padre pitching is 5 for 16 with 6 RBIs. Rose at second, Griffey at first. Pitch is low, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Rose grounded one in the hole to right field to start the game. Griffey with a line drive single to right, and the Reds are trying to stir something up in the opening frame. Morgan swings, ground ball, backhanded by Tenace, throws to second. That's all they're going to get, as Billy Almon takes the throw from Gene Tenace to gain the force out on Ken Griffey, with Rose going to third base, and with runners on the corners now and 1 out, the hitter will be left fielder George Foster. Foster put back in the number 4 spot in the Reds batting order last night, and he hit a gigantic 9th inning 2-run home run to deep left field, his first of the year. So the Reds now have him on the corners with 1 out as Jones tries to battle his way out of a first inning jam here in San Diego. The left-hander checks the runners. Foster takes a pitch low and outside, a ball. Ed Vargo, our plate umpire, while on the bases, Harry Wendelstadt, Satch Davidson, Jim Quick, first, second, and third. Here's a throw to first, and Morgan is back. Big night for the offense last night. 13 hits, 3 home runs. Morgan, Bench, Foster. Bench was a game winner leading off the 6th inning. There goes Morgan. Foster hits a line drive to shortstop. Almon will have the play at first base, and that's it. Double play. Morgan breaking on the pitch. Foster hit a line drive to Almon, and they easily double up Joe at first to end the inning. No runs, 2 hits, 1 man left on, and after a half inning of play, it's the Reds nothing, and the Padres are coming to bat.
Cardinal Food Stores are proud to be a part of the world champion Cincinnati Reds. Cardinal and Royal Blue Food Stores are equally proud to be a part of your family's growth. Cardinal Food Stores are independently owned, which helps pass the savings on to you. No district managers or board of directors to contend with. Just look around your neighborhood, and you'll discover that your friendly Cardinal Food Store manager is probably a member of your church. His children go to school with your children, and he is active in civic affairs and organizations. He really cares about you and your family because he is a part of your community. Your neighborhood Cardinal Food Store is a clean, modern store with friendly, old-fashioned, everyday, courteous service. You can place your trust and your family's health in their grocery, dairy, produce, and meat departments. Cardinal Food Stores also feature name-brand merchandise such as Monarch, a trusted name in foods for years. Wherever you are, there's a Cardinal or Royal Blue Food Store near you because they really care.
Reds failed to score in the top of the first inning, although they threatened against Randy Jones. First and third occupied. Morgan breaking on the pitch. Foster lines into a double play. Billy Almon to Gene Tenace. So we go to the bottom of the first inning, and on for the Reds is left-hander Woody Freiman, seeking his 2nd win of the year. Woody has lost a game that came in Houston earlier in this road trip, but he beat the Padres on opening day. And, of course, his mound opponent on that particular afternoon was a man he's dueling tonight in Randy Jones. Woody 1-1. In 11 1/3 innings, he's given up 7 earned runs on 12 base hits, has struck out 6 and walked 8. In reflecting back in the last start for this veteran left-hander, he had the rough first inning against Houston, giving up 4 runs, and after that, pitched super baseball, but the damage had been done, and Freiman was hung with his first loss of the year. Left fielder, left-handed batter, Jerry Turner to start it off for San Diego. Freiman in with a pitch, and Turner squares to bunt and takes a strike. Turner 3 for 13 on the season. He's homered once. That came 3 days ago against San Francisco pitching, and has knocked in 2 runs. Rose plays him shallow at third base. Turner can run. That one cut out, a big chop to second. Morgan's got it, and he throws him out. Turner bouncing out. Joe Morgan to Bob Bailey. Shortstop Billy Almon will be the 1-out batter. Defensively for Cincinnati, Bailey, Morgan, the right side of the infield. Concepcion, Rose on the left side. Foster, Geronimo, Griffey, left, center, and right. Bench behind the plate. Freiman sights a sign from Johnny Bench and sends in the pitch to shortstop Almon. He shortens up to bunt and takes a pitch high for ball 1. Almon 6 for 29, no homers, 2 RBIs. All 6 hits have come against the Reds in 21 times up. He bunts third base side. Good bunt. Rose will not even attempt to throw. Right down the line. Billy Almon dropped the bunt after giving indication on Freiman's initial pitch that he had an idea of doing it. He, in fact, does it and is on with a bunt single along the third base side. Here's Dave Winfield. Winfield, 10 for 33. No homers as yet this season. He's driven in 6 runs. Freiman looks to Almon, delivers to Winfield, high and away fastball. As is the case with Almon, all of Winfield's 10 hits have come against Cincinnati pitching. The 1-0 to the plate. Swing at a miss. Count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. On deck is center fielder George Hendrick. We're in the bottom of the first inning, no score. There goes a runner. Pitch is taken inside. Bench trying to shoot him down, but can't do it. Billy Almon had a big jump on Woody Freiman's windup and easily steals his first base of the year. So the Padres now have a runner in scoring position on Almon's bunt single, his steal of second. A 2-ball, 1-strike count on Dave Winfield. Woody Freiman in with a pitch. Changeup is hit to right field. Griffey digging toward the line. Slows to a trot. Makes the catch. Almon will tag and move on to third base as out number 2 is recorded. Winfield hitting a changeup the other way. Griffey hauls it in near the foul line. And now with Almon standing at third base, it'll be George Hendrick with 2 out.
Number 25, George Hendrick.
Hendrick, 11 for 30, 4 RBIs, 9 for 20 against Cincinnati pitching. He's knocked in 3 runs. So San Diego hoping here for a 2-out base hit that would score Almon. Freiman trying to retire Hendrick and end the inning. Woody out of the windup, delivers, and Hendrick takes a pitch in on him for a ball. Turner bounced out to second. Almon dropped a bunt single along the third baseline, stole second. Winfield flies to right, and Almon moves to third after the catch. 1-0 to count on George Hendrick. He takes a fastball inside, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Got an excellent crowd tonight. We had 28,334 last night. Low and outside, 3-0 now. That crowd is going to be bigger tonight and will probably be close to going all the way in the series wrap-up tomorrow afternoon. Freiman needing a strike, behind on Hendrick, 3-0 as he kicks and fires. Hendrick takes strike 1 call. 3-1. Almon walking off the bag at third with 2 out. Hendrick takes a change, and that's ball 4 high. Inning continues the San Diego first inning as Hendrick draws a walk, and it brings up Gene Tenace. Tenace, after 8 straight games behind the plate as the Padres starting catcher, moves to first base for this one, with Dave Roberts going in to catch. And now up with a chance to do damage to Freiman and the Reds with runners at first and third. Tenace well back in the batter's box, swings through the first pitch. Gene has 9 RBIs, has homered 1 time against the Reds, has had 9 hits and 31 times up. He leads his club and runs batted in with 9 and is in there with Almon at third base, Hendrick at first. No balls, 1 strike. Powerful right-handed batting San Diego Padre catcher first baseman. The pitch, the changeup, misses just off the plate. Even the count up to Tenace at 1-1. Woody bends to get the sign from bench. Checks his runners, delivers. Tenace takes it inside. 2 balls a strike. Geronimo and Foster really pulled around. Foster shading Tenace toward the line. Geronimo plays him almost in the gap in left center. A tremendous amount of room up the middle and also to right field. Here's a belt to left field, but Foster plays him perfectly and makes the catch. In the inning, San Diego threatens, but that is all. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on. We've completed 1, and it's the Reds nothing and the Padres nothing.
When Bob McDaniel goes to work at a cat cracker at the Marathon Refinery in Robinson, Illinois, he doesn't work alone. He gets together with Eldon Cooper, Keith Mason, and Werner Ferguson, and together they go about the business of turning heavy oils into gasoline and fuel oil. Bob McDaniel could work alone, but the job wouldn't get done as well or at all without the help of Eldon, Keith, and Werner, because each of them brings something special to the job. They get together to do it better. A company is like its people, because it is people. When Marathon found oil, our oil people got together with some pipeline people, who got together with some refining people, who got together with some service station people, so we could do it better.
We got together to do it better. We're
Marathon Oil Company. We got together to do it better.
Each club with opportunities to score in the first inning. Neither club is able to cash in at the pay window, so we go to the top of the second scoreless. Johnny Bench, who had a good night at the plate last night with a 6th-inning home run, a line drive into the seats in left field, and a double high off the wall in deep left center field off of Raleigh Fingers. We'll start it off. Randy Jones pitches. John with a high fly ball to center field. Hendrick goes drifting back. He's camping, and he's got it for the out. 1 pitch, 1 man retired. It'll bring up shortstop David Concepcion.
Number 13.
Reds baseball comes your way on more than 130 stations on the Reds radio network this season. WSIX in Nashville, Tennessee, WHIZ in Zanesville, Ohio, and WPAR in Parkersburg, West Virginia. 1 out, 2nd inning. Jones against shortstop Dave Concepcion. The pitch misses low for a ball. David with 10 hits, second only to Ken Griffey's 12. Been up 29 times, has knocked in 2 runs. There's ball 2. Tell you, it's a major catastrophe when Randy Jones walks a batter. As we pointed out, he has not issued a walk this season in 13 innings and gets a strike over at the letters on the outside part of the plate. 2-1 with Bob Bailey waiting on deck. There is ball 3 below the knees. Reds trying to hand Jones his 7th career loss against our ball club. He's 7-6 coming into tonight's game, and there's strike 2 call as he runs one over on the inside. 7 wins, 6 losses against the Cincinnati club. 22-14 his record in 1976 to win the Cy Young Award in the National League, narrowly edging out New York left-hander Jerry Kuzman. Here's a smash base hit to left field. So the Reds are ringing Jones's bell. That's our 3rd hit. As Concepcion rounds a first base bag and holds, and the batter will be first baseman Bob Bailey. Bailey has not yet had an official time up. This is his first start. He was up as a pinch hitter in the San Diego series last week at Riverfront, drew a walk, and scored a run. Boy, what a job this guy did for us last year, and coming off the bench as a right-handed pinch hitter, an occasional starter too. Pitches down and outside, a ball. Bailey with home run power. Davey getting the good lead at first base. Jones looks and pitches to the plate. Swung on, base hit left field. On to second will be Concepcion. And now for the 2nd consecutive inning, the Reds have strung out back-to-back hits off Jones. With 1 down, David a single to left, and now Bailey with a single to left field. Against a guy like Randy Jones, more often than not, you've heard us talk about it before, the quality pitchers in baseball, whether they be in our league or the American League, if you're going to get them, you better get them early. Randy Jones has been touched for 4 hits. He's involved in another jam here in the second, and now it's Cesar Geronimo in. The Chief takes a strike. Indianapolis opened up its season last night, scored a 5-1 victory over the Iowa Oaks at Busch Stadium, and at the end of 6 tonight, they are leading 4-3 over that club. Jones in with a strike 1 pitch, swung on and bounced foul off to the right of home plate. So Roy Matika's ball club getting off to a good start and trying to make it 2 straight tonight. Iowa scored 3 times in the first inning. The Indians got 2 in the first and 2 in the second. They're now in the 7th inning, leading 4-3. Here it's 0-0 in the top of the second with Concepcion at second, Bailey at first. Geronimo stays alive with a foul back. Chief 7 for 28. That's a .250 batting average, a home run. And he's knocked in 4 runs. Jones straddles a pitching rubber as he comes to the set position. Billy Almon and Mike Champion playing games with Concepcion out at second, trying to keep him as close to the bag as they possibly can. Jones slowing his pace down. Now the 2-strike pitch. That's a fastball high. Pitch swung on, another foul ball out of here. This one to the left. Geronimo's home run off Randy Jones. That came in the 4th inning opening day with a man on and proved to be the clincher as the Reds knocked off Jones 5-3. Holding count, ball and 2 strikes. 2 men on, 1 man out with pitcher Woody Freiman on deck. Geronimo bounces one to first. Here's Tenace throwing to second. Back to first base. He threw it away into the Padre dugout. Concepcion will score. Geronimo will move to second base. Billy Almon, in his haste to get what would have been an inning-ending double play, really let one fly. Tenace had no chance at all to catch it as it sails into the Padres dugout, and the Reds have a run on the board.
Marty, I think, again, there's the rookie status coming out because you should know the pitcher's the next man up, and you just absolutely don't do anything like that unless you have a dead sense to make the play with the pitcher coming up, and it's just rookie play by Billy Almon.
That'll bring up Woody Freiman with 2 out and a run in. The pitch misses high and outside. So score Concepcion, put Bailey out 3-6, and move Geronimo to second base on the overthrow. Freiman a ball, 2-0. Now let's see, Billingham has had a base hit, right?
Yeah.
The early lead, 1-0. 2-0 pitch. Swung on and grounded to second. Champion up. He's throwing to Tenace, and the side retired. But the Reds take advantage of Almon's throwing error, picking up 1 run on 2 hits. The error with 1 left, and after an inning and a half, Cincinnati 1 and San Diego 0.
You know, different folks have different ways to spend their time, enjoy their days. Me, I like to fish. I really do. There's something good about a lazy creek. Helps me relax from a long, hard week, like my Red Fox chewing tobacco, the relaxin' chew. It's soft and moist and mild for sure. The flavor's fresh, the taste is pure. Red Fox is best. I like it. Yes, I do. So I keep me an extra pouch of Red Fox by my side in my tackle box. When it comes to tobacco, those Red Fox folks come through. Why don't you try Red Fox? Look for it in the white pouch with the picture of Old Red taking it easy. Red Fox chewing tobacco. Now it's better than ever. So if you like to relax, and I'll bet you do, treat yourself to a Red Fox chew. Because, mister, taking it easy never tasted so good. Red Fox.
Big dates are ahead at Riverfront Stadium for the Cincinnati Reds. The Cubs visit in late April for a big weekend series. In May, it'll be the Cardinals, Giants, Pirates, Mets, and Braves. Check out your Red schedule right now and order your tickets the easy way in advance by mail. Box seats are $4.50. Reserve seats $3.50. Then check your money order payable to Cincinnati Reds, Box 1970, Cincinnati, and include 50 cents with each order for handling. Reds 1, Padres nothing. Bottom of the second, Doug Rader in to start it off, and he swings and fouls off and out of play. Woody Freiman's first pitch. Woody getting out of a first and third two-out jam in the first inning by inducing Gene Tenace to fly to Foster in left field. Here's a strike one pitch. Change is just high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Rader swings. Here's a drive. Deep left field. Foster on the warning track looking. Gone. Tie ball game as Doug Rader takes Woody Freiman downtown, his second homer of the year. Here in the second, we're tied at a run apiece.
It looked like a slider, a breaking ball. Woody got up, and he wanted it down and in. He got it up and over the inside part of the plate. And Rader quickly ties it up.
Dave Roberts, a batter, with the tying run home on Rader's home run. He swings and hits one to right center, but Griffey is there to play it. Pounds the glove and puts it away. 1 out, and here is the second baseman, Mike Champion.
The second baseman, number 10, Mike Champion.
Champion swinging a pretty good bat against the Reds last week at Riverfront, but boy, coming back home for the first time this season, he has found the hits to be very scarce. High and outside a ball. So far in this homestand, he's gone 1 for 12. Against the Reds, he is 4 for 19. Upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. Mike had been batting in the number 2 spot. He and his shortstop rookie colleague, Billy Almon, just flip-flopping in the batting order. 3-0 to count. Now Johnny Bench walking out in front of the plate and shouts something out toward Woody Freiman as he sends the ball back out that way. The Reds and the Padres tied at a run apiece in the bottom of the second, 1 out. Freiman 3-0 to the plate, and that's ball 4 high. Woody issuing his second walk, so you can look possibly for pitcher Randy Jones to be up there in a butting situation as Bob Bailey comes over from first base to join Bench and Freiman on the mound and talk it over.
The pitcher, number 35, Randy Jones.
We'll pause now for station identification on the Cincinnati Reds Baseball Network.
If you'd like a complete 1977 Cincinnati Reds schedule, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to WMNI FM, Southern Hotel, Columbus, Ohio 43215. This is WMNI FM, Columbus, Ohio.
As expected, Randy Jones is trying to move the runner Allman Champion onto second base, and the first pitch from Freiman is bunted foul. Leadoff batter Jerry Turner will be up next as Woody fires and Jones bunts. That's foul at home plate, and the count quickly goes to no balls and 2 strikes. Tomorrow afternoon, we'll wrap it all up here, this 3-game series, as Pat Zachary goes for the Reds and rookie left-hander Bob Shirley throws for San Diego. 3:30 will be our airtime with the pregame shows on most of these same stations. Game time 4 o'clock Cincinnati time. Pitcher against pitcher. 2 strikes to count. Turner on deck as Freiman throws on to first base and Allman comes back quickly. Jones bunts it. First base side. Bailey almost overran it. He recovers to throw on to Joe Morgan as he had to reach back behind him to barehand the ball. Throw to Morgan at first base. So Jones sacrifices successfully on a 2-strike pitch, with Champion advancing to second base, and the hitter will be Jerry Turner.
Fielder, number 20, Jerry Turner.
Turner in the first inning bounced out to Joe Morgan. Padres with a go-ahead run at second base, 2 men out. Freiman, a long look back towards second, and now steps off the pitching rubber. Left-hander ready with a pitch. Turner swings and pops it straight back of the plate and out of play. No balls, 1 strike. Johnny Bench and Woody Freiman get together between the mound and the plate. Turner standing away. Runner out at second base, Mike Champion. Inning began with a Doug Rader game-tying home run to left. Roberts fly to right. Champion got the walk and was sacrificed to second by pitcher Jones. Pitch. Fastball is up. Ball on the strike. There are those in the San Diego organization who consider this young man, Jerry Turner, the best hitter on the ball club. He swings and he misses at a pitch up and outside. Of course, you could find a lot of strong argument for Mike Ivie, who was forced to sit out tonight's game after jamming a heel, running out a ground ball last night. That's the reason Tenace went to first and Roberts went behind the plate. High, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Freiman trying to leave Champion out at second base as he sends in the 2-2. Turner strikes out swinging. Side retired, but San Diego ties it up on Rader's home run. No errors, 1 man left on. We move to the third. The Reds won, the Padres likewise. The Reds have found the cupboard full of base hits against Randy Jones. We've had 4 in the first 2 innings. This game tied at a run apiece. And Pete Rose will open up the third for our side. Here to call the action for you, Joe Nuxall.
All right, Marty. Pete led off the game with a single to right field off Randy Jones. Going the opposite way right now, a delay in the game as the ground crew replaces the bag at first base. The Reds with 4 hits in the game, 2 in the first, 2 in the second. We got our run in the second inning, but an unearned run as Concepcion scored on the throwing arrow by shortstop Bill Almon. All right, Jones ready to go to work to Rose. His first pitch is swung on and bounced up the middle behind the bag and on into center field. The ball getting under Almon's glove. Rose the big turn and has to hustle back to first. Pete with his second hit of the ball game, his 10th of the season. A bouncer up the middle that gets under Almon's glove and on into center field. That'll bring Ken Griffey to the plate. Kenny a single to right, number 30, in the first inning. Ken Griffey. For Griffey, that was his 12th hit of the year. Dave Concepcion has 11, and Pete now with 10. 5 hits for the Reds in the game. Rader shallow at third for Griff. A stretch by Jones in the pitch. That's a breaking pitch low. Dodgers shutting out the Giants 5-0. The Dodgers with the 11 hits, and Reggie Smith hot with a stick. Third home run of the year today. The 1-0. Griffey swings on that hard one bouncer off the shoulder of the second baseman champion. Rose makes the turn and on his way to third, and that'll be a base hit for Ken Griffey. A hard low liner that bounced and came up and hit champion on the right shoulder and on into right center field. The Reds now with 6 hits in the game. We have them on the corners, nobody out, and Joe Morgan steps in. Joe in the first inning.
Joe Morgan, second base.
Grounded into a force out, bouncing the ball to Tenace at first and throwing on to second to force Griffey. Morgan with 8 RBIs. He and Foster tied in that department, with Joe with a chance to pick up number 9 here. Throw it at first, and stepping back is Ken Griffey. Tom Griffin, a right-hander, throwing in the San Diego bullpen. Reds with 6 hits. Jones to the belt. Delivers. Morgan takes high a ball. The Reds with 13 hits in last night's ball game. 3 of them home runs. Foster, Morgan, and Bench. Couple of doubles. Pitch on the way. Morgan swings on it and fouls to the screen. 1-1. Reds had 3 home runs and 2 doubles in last night's victory. Go over to first. Griffey is back. Rose at third. Griffey first base. Now the Indianapolis Indians made it 2 straight over Iowa, winning tonight by a score of 7-4. Mike Lacoste getting the win. Jones delivers. Morgan swings and misses a slider. 1-2. At 1158 at Busch Stadium in Indianapolis tonight. Indians with 10 hits. The Iowa Oaks had 9. Now Morgan backs away from the plate as Jones lobs one over to first base. He led off the inning with a single up the middle, and Griffey a hard one bouncer off the shoulder of Champion and went on into right center field. He's at first. Here's the pitch. Morgan takes high, 2-2. Time call now as Dave Roberts goes out to the mound to talk with Randy Jones. Was Roberts an infielder and switched him? Two-two delivery. Swung on, hit well to right field, and Winfield looking up. Does he have room? He does not. It's out of here, and Morgan, his second home run of the year, gives him 11 RBIs, and the Reds lead it 4-1. Over the second night, Morgan takes one out of the stadium, and the Reds lead it 4-1. The offense in high gear here in the early innings. Hit number 7 for the Reds off Randy Jones. 4-1. The Reds leading, and George Foster steps in. Tom Griffin, a right-hander, throwing on the Padre bullpen.
Number 15.
First 3 up have reached here in the inning. Rose and Griffey singles, and Joe Morgan his second home run of the year. Jones winds and delivers, and that's swung on in a ground ball. Almon at short has it. His long throw to Tenace, one away. That home run that Jones gave up, the third of the year that Jones has allowed, he doesn't really allow that many. Randy coming back off the arm surgery and really having problems getting his rhythm together. A lot of balls here in the early innings up in the good hitting zone, and that is not Randy Jones. Bench takes low from Jones a ball. The 1-0 to John. Down low, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. checks. It's ball 3. 3-0 the count. Jones has not walked a batter this year in 18, now 20-plus innings. Pitch on the way, that's ball 4, and that's the first walk that Randy Jones has issued this year. So Bench moves on to first base with 1 out, and Dave Concepcion will be the batter. Dave had a base hit in the second inning and scored our first run. Here comes John McNamara, and that might be all for Randy Jones. Right-hander Tom Griffin throwing in the Padre bullpen, and McNamara looking to the San Diego bullpen. Just now reached the mound, and it doesn't look like he's going to be taking Randy Jones out at this particular trip. Dave Roberts out there in the conversation. Now Ed Vargo walks out, the plate umpire. And now McNamara does go to the bullpen, and it's going to be right-hander Tom Griffin. So Randy Jones, a tough outing. It's worked 2 1/3 innings, allowing 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned. And Randy just having problems apparently getting things together after that arm operation. It doesn't look like he has the same action on his fastball, but as we pointed out, him being up with the pitches, and that is certainly not the area where he's going to have any success at all. So we're going to have a change of pitchers here at San Diego Stadium. The Reds leading at 4-1, and we'll be back after this break in the action.
Now that warmer weather is here, folks like to get outside and start enjoying life all over again. Well, there's no better place to do it than the wonderful world of Kings Island. Kings Island, a place just for fun, 20 miles north of Cincinnati with over 1,600 happy acres. If you belong to a school, company, or community group, you can take advantage of Kings Island's special group rates. It's a great way for your group to enjoy over 100 rides, shows, and attractions at Kings Island. Now, you must have 25 or more people, and you must make reservations in advance to get the special group rate. So get your group together and make a date. There's even a comfortable Kings Island Inn near the park, so you can stay overnight. Kings Island is open weekdays, April 16th through May 28th, and after that, every day until Labor Day. Just call 513-241-5600 for group sales information. Who knows, as long as you're close by, you could even catch the Reds game, too. Don't forget, Kings Island for groups, just for fun.
New pitcher is right-hander Tom Griffin. Griffin making his second appearance of the year. He's worked 2 1/3 innings, allowing 3 hits, striking out 1, walking 2, and a 9 earned run average. He will be facing Dave Concepcion. Dave with a base hit in the first inning raises his batting average to 367. He came in at 345. Bob Bailey moves on deck. Randy Jones working the first 2 1/3 innings, allowing 7 hits, did not strike out anyone. He walked 1 batter. Big blow, a 3-run homer off the bat of Joe Morgan. Here in the inning after Rose led off with a single, Griffey had a hard bouncer that hit Champion on the right shoulder and rolled on into right center field, and then Morgan taking Jones deep to right field. Reds' first run coming in the second inning after Bench had hit a fly ball to center. Concepcion singled. And Bailey singled to left to move David around to second base. Geronimo grounded to Tenace, threw on to Almon, and Almon threw wild back to first base, allowing Concepcion to score on the throwing arrow, and Geronimo to move to second base, where he was left as Freiman grounded out to Champion at second base. All right, we're ready to go. 1 out, Bench at first base. Reds with a 4-1 lead. The pitch on the way, and that's a slider that misses low and outside. Griffin coming over from the Houston Astros. 1 ball, no strikes to Concepcion. Dave out of the box, now steps back in. Bench goes, the pitch is swung on, and the hit, run, and foul away. Concepcion actually throwing his bat at the ball. Protect Bench. Count evens 1-1. Griffin last year was 4-3 with the Padres. He was 5-3 with the Astros. Stretch the pitch again. Bench goes. It swung on and missed. Here's the throw, and right on target is Dave Roberts. He threw the ball very good. So Johnny Bench is thrown out in his first field attempt of the year. Play going 2-6. Roberts to Allman. 2 away now, and down a ball, 2 strikes to Concepcion. Griffin delivers. That swung on and hit into left field. Chasing him, Jerry Turner, and he makes the one-handed grab moving toward left center field. So Griffin comes on to do the job. The Reds in the inning, though, pick up 3 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors, no one left on base, and at the middle of the third, the Reds 4, the Padres 1.
Q-A-L-I-T-Y, that's the quality. K-A-H-N-S, love con, good for you and me. Plump and juicy wieners, consolati too. K-A-H-N-S, love con, good for me and you.
You bet you've got quality with Conn's meats, plus plenty of good eating. Mouth-watering treats like Conn's wieners and bologna. Kids know Conn's make the best hot dogs and bologna sandwiches in the world. Just ask them and see. That's why it's easy to spell quality with Conn's.
Plump and juicy wieners, consolati too. K-A-H-N-S, spells Conn's, good for me and you. K-A-H-N-S, spells Conn's, good for me and you.
Padres in the third will send up Almon, Winfield, and Hendrick. Bill Almon, a bunt single in the first inning, stole second. Was left there as Winfield hit a fly ball to right. Hendrick walked, and then Tenace fly ball to Foster and left. Bill Almon, right-handed batter, to face Woody Freiman, leading off here in the third. The Padres with 2 hits off Woody, one of them a home run off the bat of Doug Rader. Almon takes outside a ball. Woody just off the plate. He's walked 2 already. 0-1-0. Almon swings on him, lines it to right center field, a base hit. Over to cut it off is Geronimo, and Bill Almon has his second hit of the ball game in the third for the Padres.
The right fielder, number 31. Dave Winfield.
Dave Winfield to the plate. Dave, a fly ball to Griffey in right field, hitting a long run to haul it in. Freiman delivers. Winfield takes a slider inside the ball. Outfield shaded a bit to the left. Winfield some room in the right center. The pitch on the way. Up high, a fastball. 2-0. Reds leading at 4-1. Almon leads at first. Freiman the stretch of the pitch. Winfield swings and lines it foul on the right side. Ball hits near the flower gardens out that way in foul territory and bounces back into the Cincinnati bullpen. The count 2-1 now to Dave Winfield. George Hendrick on deck. Freiman sets. and delivers. Swung on and fouled straight back this time. Count evens 2-2 as Winfield picks up his batting helmet. This is the 6th game of the year between the Reds and the Padres. Reds have won 3, the Padres 2. Freiman again ready, and again the 2-2. That's inside, breaking pitch. Full count to Dave Winfield. Winfield has struck out 6 times this year and 33 times the plate. 3-2 pitches, high and outside, and apparently Woody Freiman not happy with Fargo's call, and then says the pitch is high. 3rd walk issued by Woody Freiman. First 2 on here in the 3rd inning, and that brings George Hendrick to the plate. Hendrick walked in the 1st inning.
Center fielder, number 25, George Hendrick.
Now the Milwaukee Brewers beat the New York Yankees again this afternoon. This one by a score of 4-3. Castro the winner and Lyle the loser. Chambliss and Cooper home runs. Chambliss for the Yankees, Cooper for the Brewers. The pitch to Hendrick outside of ball. Of course, the Brewers beat him last night. Beat Don Gullett last night. Runners lead. Freiman works. Hendrick takes a change high, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. And Woody having all kind of control problems. He's walked 8 batters in the 11 innings coming into the night's game. He's walked 3 thus far. Here's the 2-0. A strike called, 2-1. Last night we had 28,000 here, but many more than that tonight. 2-1 delivery, swung on and fouled straight back. As Freiman got into Hendrick with a slider. Count evens 2-2. Almon leads at second, Winfield at first. The stretch by Freiman, and he steps back off the pitching rubber. Almon takes a step back to the second base bag. Again the stretch, and the pitch. Swung on, and that's pulled foul down the left field line. Well back into the seats, and Hendrick got into that one pretty good. Dale Murray throwing in the Reds bullpen. That was a line shot off the bat of Hendrick, but well fouled, well back into the seats in left field. Out holding, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Freiman sets, and the pitch. Change-up, swung on and fouled. Chicago, the White Sox beat the Toronto Blue Jays 3-2. Toronto getting just 3 hits off Steve Stone. Home runs in the game. Baylor for the Toronto Ball Club, his first of the year. Pitch on the way. Swung on, ground ball up the middle. Morgan, a diving grab. Concepcion, quick throw, got it. Oh no, and they're saying now that Bailey came off the bag. Harry Wendelstedt called it safe right away, but Bob reaching for the ball, and David getting the ball away in a hurry. Morgan, a great play, a dive to his right, backhanding the ball, flipping to Concepcion. Dave trying to get rid of the ball in a hurry, did, but Bailey could not stay on the bag, so a run-saving defensive play by Joe Morgan. On the play, Almon moves on to third base. Hendricks at first base, and here's Gene Tenace. Tenace fly ball to left to end the first inning. Winfield a force out. 1 away, and Freiman ready to work to Tenace. The stretch and the pitch. Tenace takes outside the ball. Wind up the 3-game series tomorrow night, or tomorrow afternoon, rather. Bob Shirley for the Padres, Pat Zachary for the Reds tomorrow afternoon. Time in the 1-0. Tenace takes it down low, a breaking pitch. 2 balls, no strikes. Doug Rader on deck, and time called now. His bench goes out to the midway to the mound to talk with Woody Freiman. Dale Murray heating up down in the Reds bullpen. Almon at third base. Hendrick at first. With 1 away. The Reds outfield well around to the left. They almost give Tenace center field. 2-0 delivery. That's a strike call. He hits the outside corner. 2-1. Woody the stretch. And the pitch. Outside, 3 balls to strike. Woody a pitch away from loading him up. Here's the 3-1. Swung on and fouled by Tenace. Full count. Yeah, well, a nice little one bouncer to Morgan. It'd be awful nice right now. 4-6-3. Get out of this. Pitch on the way. Tenace swings and again. We have 2-2 on the scoreboard, but the count is, I believe, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners at first and third lead. Freiman the stretch. And there the runner goes at first. The pitch is swung on and hit foul down the right side. That'll settle back into the seats. Count is 3 balls, 2 strikes to Gene Tenace. Reds scoring 3 times in the top of the inning. Give them a 4-1 lead. Freiman ready, and again the 3-2 to Tenace. Hendrick goes, the pitch is a check swing, and it's ball 4, and bases are loaded for Doug Rader. 4th walk issued by Woody Freiman. Now Joe Morgan walks in to talk with Woody. Doug Rader, his 2nd home run of the year, leading off the 2nd inning. Ball that hit in about the 3rd row of seats in left field. Reds infield at double play depth. Rose deep at 3rd. Joe Malfitano is reminding the runners just 1 out. Freiman will take the windup, and his first pitch to Rader is outside the ball. Tenace at first, Hendrick at 2nd, Almon at 3rd. Woody into the wind and the pitch. Rader swings and lines it foul. 1-1. Outfield. About straight away to Doug Rader. Here's the 1-1. High and inside a fastball. 2-1 to count. Dave Roberts on deck. Freiman checking with bench, shakes off a sign, and now Rader asked for time, steps back in. Freiman's 2-1 delivery. Swung on and grounded to Rose. He has it. He goes to Morgan 1. Back to first. Double play, and we get out of it. Going 5-4-3, the double play, and the Reds get out of deep trouble here in the third inning. In the inning for the Padres, no runs. They get one hit. There were no errors and 2 runners left on base. And at the end of 3, the Reds 4, the Padres 1.
Remember how hot and sticky last summer was? Probably said, next year we're getting central air conditioning. Well, it's about time for another hot, sticky summer, unless you call Crawford Nichols Heating and Cooling at 876-1234. Right now is the time to buy the right Lennox central air conditioning for your home, and you'll be ready for those miserable, hot summer days with cool, quiet, dependable Lennox comfort. You'll be surprised to see how easy and inexpensive it is to add an air conditioning unit to your present warm air heating system, be it gas, oil, or electric. Lennox is the name to buy. 80 years of quality and dependability. Remember, if you have any questions on electric heat pumps, humidifiers, or electric air cleaners, give Crawford Nichols a call at 876-1234. There's a Lennox solution for your total indoor comfort. Crawford Nichols Heating and Cooling. Call 876-1234.
Before we go to the 4th inning, we'll pause for station identification. This is the Cincinnati Reds Baseball Network.
This is WMNI FM in Columbus, Ohio, where you can win the $3,000 all-electric car. Be looking for the Quad 100 Little Red Machine in your neighborhood. The time now is 11 o'clock. Now back to Reds baseball.
Well, the Reds lead it 4-1. They've had 7 hits. The Padres 3, and 1 error in the game belongs to the Padres. We're ready for action in the 4th. Here's Marty.
Okay, Joe, Bob Bailey to start it off. He's 1 for 1, a single back in the 2nd inning against the since departed Randy Jones. A pitch from Tom Griffin is high for a ball. Griffin having to come on in the last inning after the Reds rake Randy Jones over the coals for 4 runs on 7 hits and only 2 1/3 innings of pitching. Bailey seeking his 2nd hit of the night as a 1-0 comes to the plate, and it swung on and hit high in the air to center field. Hendrick should have a routine play as he waits and puts it away for out number 1. So Bailey a fly out to center to begin our 4th inning. Here's Cesar Geronimo, who reached on a fielder's choice in the 2nd. Hit a hard ground ball that Tenace came up firing to 2nd on. They got the force out on Bailey, but Almon fired one into the San Diego dugout to allow a run to score. Geronimo swings on a pitch in on his fist and fouls it off. Strike 1. Reds 4, Padres 1. The Reds offense continues to crank it out in high gear for the 2nd consecutive night. Geronimo checking his swing on a high heater. Count evens at 1-1. Got moths as big as birds around this place. Griffin a quick worker. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Ball 1 and strike 2, the count on Geronimo. Woody Freiman will be up next. Griffin studies a sign from his catcher Dave Roberts. Geronimo strikes out swinging. That's the first strikeout for San Diego pitching tonight. 2 quickly out for Woody Freiman. Just a reminder, the Red Stadium ticket office will be open all day tomorrow from 9 until 5:30. You can stop by and purchase your tickets for the upcoming homestand. That'll get underway Monday night as the Reds take on the Dodgers in an 8:35 beginning. Foul ball. 8:35 start on Monday. We hope to see you there as the hottest rivalry in baseball resumes in 1977. Jack Billingham will be Sparky Anderson's choice to pitch that first game. Freiman a swing and a foul ball that bounces out in front of the plate. So Griffin, in a bid to retire the Reds in order in the fourth, is out in front 2 strikes on his opposite number after getting Bailey on a fly to center and Geronimo on a strikeout swinging. Here's the right-hander's wide, and here's his pitch. Check swing foul. Reds have had hits in every inning, 2 in the first, 2 in the second when they scored a run, and 3 with 3 runs in the third. The big blow, Joe Morgan's 3rd home run of the season. Swing and a miss. Impressive fourth turned in by Tom Griffin as he sets the Reds down in order. And after 3 1/2 innings of play, it remains Cincinnati 4 and San Diego 1.
Everyone out there who loves to dancing, take some time to let your feelings show. With some dancing music from the folks next door. You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it.
More than 200 years.
A big day for boys and girls is coming up in the next few weeks at Riverfront, so spread the word and tell every youngster you know that Sunday, May 1st will be Bat Day. The Reds meet the Cubs in a 2:15 ball game, and every youngster 14 and under, accompanied by a separate paying adult, will take home an official Cincinnati Reds Louisville bat. The bat is suitable for knot-hole or Little League play and is stamped World Champs and branded with the autograph of one of the Reds players. Don't miss out. Purchase your tickets in advance and be on hand for Bat Day, Sunday, May 1st. Bottom of the fourth, here's Dave Roberts, and here's Woody Freiman. The fastball misses high and outside. Freiman has pitched 3 struggling innings of baseball. The Padres have stranded 5 men. Woody has given up 1 run and 3 base hits. The 1-0 pitch to Roberts, swing and a miss. Dave in the second, following Doug Rader's leadoff home run fly to Ken Griffey, so he's 0 for 1. That one a change. It's swing and a miss, and Roberts behind it, ball 2 strikes. Mike Champion, the on-deck batter, and Roberts has struck out swinging. So Woody Freiman picks up his second. He's walked 4.
The second baseman, number 10, Mike Ivie.
Champion had one of those 4 walks in the second inning. Mike with 4 of his 5 seasonal hits against Cincinnati pitching as he waits on Freiman and lines one down the left field line, and going to the San Diego bullpen, a base hit. Foster in foul ground comes up throwing. 2 base hit for Mike Champion. Well, this young man really starting to get his feet wet now and has to be feeling more at home out at second base, not so much by way of position, but the fact that this youngster is in the big leagues and is the San Diego second baseman come what may. 4th Padre hit. Tom Griffin will be the batter with 1 out. Freiman trying to protect a 3-run lead. Backward glance at second base where Champion leads. A pitch to Griffin is a ball high and outside. Padres as a team batting .254, while the Reds came into tonight's game with a not-so-hot team batting average of .243, but that one is going upward game by game. Up high, 2 balls and no strikes. Listening to the Dodger broadcast this afternoon, their game at San Francisco's Candlestick Park, and going into the game, the Dodgers had only 1 batter in their lineup hitting less than .320. There's a call strike, and ironically, that 1 batter was Steve Garvey, of all people. Garvey came into the game today batting .233, and the other 7 batting .320 or better. In fact, the team batting average for Los Angeles stood at .320 prior to the game. 2-1 the count on Griffin. He swings, grounds one to shortstop. Concepcion with the easy play at first base as Champion holds his ground at second. 2 out. That'll bring up Jerry Turner for the 3rd time. He's bounced to second and has been struck out swinging.
Number 20, Jerry Turner.
Turner taking his time getting to the plate as he goes to war against Woody Freiman for the 3rd time in the game. Pitch to the left-handed batter, swung on and bounced foul. The homestand will be a brief one. Monday night, Wednesday afternoon after an off day on Tuesday, and then we'll be flying to Chicago late Thursday afternoon for a big weekend series against the Chicago Cubs beginning Friday afternoon at Wrigley Field. That'll be the beginning, actually, of a 6-game road trip. We'll be playing 3 in Chicago, 3 more in Atlanta. Fryman's pitch, strike 2 swinging, and Woody wearing Turner out with that pitch out away from him. The Chicago series, followed by the Atlanta 3-game set, all on the road. Then we'll have an off day on Thursday, the 28th of April, and be coming home to finish out the month against the Chicago Cubs. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Turner swings. Did he touch it? No, he didn't. Bench dropped the dropped the ball and flips on down to Bob Bailey to complete the strikeout. So the 4th inning numbers for the Padres: no runs, 1 hit. Champion left at second. We move to the 5th inning where the Reds lead San Diego 4-1.
We got together to do it better, and that's what we did.
When the Marathon Oil Company was put together, it was put together right. Because the whole idea behind Marathon was to do the job better. So Marathon got the best oil people, and the best pipeline people, and the best refining people, and the best service station people, and put them all together to do it better.
We got together to do it better, and that's what we did. We're Marathon. We got together to do it better. We're Marathon.
Marathon Oil Company. We got together to do it better, and we did.
We move to the 5th inning, and we got him by 3. 4-1 is the score. Pete Rose, who is the first to tell you that I don't hit Randy Jones well at all, did exactly the opposite tonight. He faced Jones twice, and both times he base hit the Padre ace left-hander, and now will be facing right-hander Tom Griffin for the first time. Pete singled to right in the 1st inning, single up the middle in the 3rd, and along with Ken Griffey was on base when Joe Morgan played long ball. So Rose 2 for 2. Griffin retiring to side an order in the 4th inning and picked up a couple of strikeouts along the way at the expense of Geronimo and Freiman. Pete now with the 2 hits in this game show 5 for 19 against San Diego pitching. Here's Griffin's first 5th inning pitch. It's taken low for ball 1. That one on the inside at the letters for a call strike. Griffin, for most of his big league career, a starting pitcher, comes over to Houston or San Diego, started last year after coming over in the trade with the Astros, and this season has been relegated to long relief. Strike 2 call. Remember one game in particular against the Reds here at San Diego last year, pitched some kind of ball game. He's ahead of Rose 1-2. The pitch. Pete with a check swing foul ball. Ken Griffey, Joe Morgan to follow. The Reds knocking out Randy Jones in 2 1/3 innings as they try to hand him his second loss of the year, both against Cincinnati. Rose looks at the high-end inside fastball that brings the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Griffin to the windup. He pitches, and Pete a pitch away from getting a walk. Griffin again up and in. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Back behind the mound goes Los Angeles, California native Tom Griffin back on top. Catcher Dave Roberts sending out the sign, and the right-hander sending in the payoff pitch. Swung on and hit in the air to left field. Backpedaling Jerry Turner, waiting. Makes the catch for the first out. One down for Ken Griffey. Kenny working on another fine night. He singled to right in the first. He singled to right center in the third. He's now 13 for 36 on the season. And against the Padres pitching staff has had 9 hits and 23 times to the plate. As Rader playing on the grass at third base, Kenny takes the off-speed pitch outside and high, a ball. Nobody has scored since Morgan's third inning 3-run home run to right field. In the top of the 5th inning with 1 out. That one grounded foul off the first base line. So Griffin even with Ken Griffey at 1 ball, 1 strike. Griffey leveling the bat, waiting, missing down and in, 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's a hard ground ball to the right of the second baseman champion. Quick throw to first, got him, 2 out. Kenny has hit the ball hard all 3 times in the game. That time he grounds out the champion at second. Joe Morgan, the big man in the offense tonight, 3-run homer in the 3rd inning off of Randy Jones to give him 3 homers and 12 RBIs on the year. He's right up there among the league leaders in that department, and well could be leading the National League in runs batted in. Early returns as yet have not come to us. 1 for 2 in the game, the Reds' second baseman. Call strike. Well, they flash a score on the scoreboard out in right center. Boston over Cleveland today. Wayne Garland, the losing pitcher, and as things have gone in the early part of the season, it has not been a good year as yet for free agent pitchers. Garland losing that his first decision. Don Gullett losing yesterday his second decision for the New York Yankees without a win. Swing a slow chopper along the first base line. Wait a minute, problems. Finally picked up by Griffin and tags Morgan, who tried to slide into first. Griffin came over. Tenace went toward the ball, and then both of them stopped short. Griffin picked it up and tagged Joe, and that's the inning. The Reds are out 1-2-3 for the second consecutive frame. And as we reach the halfway point in this Saturday night game in San Diego, it's the Reds 4 and the Padres 1.
Children, let's begin our class on government. Timmy, what does your daddy do?
He drives a lift truck.
Oh, a lift truck. Does he ever discuss politics with you?
Yeah, he says there's too much politics and not enough hard work in this country.
Oh, that's interesting.
He says everyone ought to work harder and stop all the fiddling and fussing around.
Work harder, I see. Does
he says everybody should be thankful to live here.
Well, yes, I quite agree.
It's the best country in the whole world.
Oh, your daddy sounds like a real patriot.
He's also a gambler.
A gambler? Oh, my goodness. Whatever do you mean?
See, they got 6 lift trucks at work, but only one of them is a Clark.
A Clark?
Yeah, them is the best kind.
Oh, go on.
Well, they threw dice to see who drives the Clark. and my daddy won.
See Clark Lift, the Clark dealer with plenty of hustle at 850 Harmon Avenue.
Rookie shortstop Billy Almon, who's had half of the San Diego 4-hit total, is in for openers in the home half of the 5th inning. Bunt single in the first, a base hit to right center in the 3rd. He shortens up on the bat and takes the off-speed pitch high. So Almon has jumped his batting average up to a respectable .258. I would imagine that if the season were to end today, the Padres would be very happy with that batting average. 1 ball, 1 strike as he takes the pitch in. Winfield, Hendrick to follow. Padres have had 4 hits, have dented the plate 1 time, and that was in the 2nd on a home run to left field by Doug Rader. 1-1, the count on Billy Almon. Pitch, swing, at a miss. A change had him out in front, strike 2. Final just in from the National League. Braves over the Astros for the 2nd straight night. 4-3 the final score. That pitch is low. Winner Messersmith, 1-1. Loser Sambito, same record. Joe Ferguson, a home run and a losing cause for Houston. Almon, a slow bouncer, third base side. Rose charges, waits, lets it roll. Still rolling, foul ball. Only thing that Pete could do was to let that ball roll, and it finally trickled foul about 10 feet from the bag. I don't know what the crowd is getting all bent out of shape over. It was a clear-cut foul ball. Steele must lean to the left a little bit. Ball looked like it was going to be right down the line for a swinging bunt base hit for Almon, but instead he stands back in with a holding count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Woody starts to his windup, but Almon calls time and steps away from the plate. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a changeup. Woody Freiman starting to roll him up. He now has fanned 4 batters, and 3 of them have come in the last inning and 1/3.
Winfield.
Right fielder Winfield has fly to right, and in the 3rd inning drew a base on balls. Smash, foul at third base. Boy, he hung out a frozen rope, and as the ball whistled by Pete Rose, it went foul. Padres in the throes of a 3-game losing streak. Both clubs with identical 3-win, 5-loss records. John McNamara very concerned about his starting pitching. That one's high and outside, so I guess you could say both managers of these 2 clubs have similar concerns at this point in the season. Swung on, ground ball in the hole at shortstop. Davey has it, comes up throwing. Can he get him? Yes, fine play. Super play by Concepcion, who backhanded Winfield's hard grounder in the hole and came up pumping to get him in a close play at first base. That's the second fine play on the infield in this game. Joe Morgan with a diving stop of Hendrick's ground ball in the 3rd inning to get a force out. And now Concepcion taking away a base hit from Dave Winfield. Hendrick 0 for 1 with a walk. Strike is called at the knee. One ball, 1 strike. Two out, bases empty. Hendrick swings and lines it over the glove of Concepcion. A hit to left. Give the Padres a 5-hit total as they continue their streak of getting 1 hit in every inning off Woody Freiman. Cincinnati Reds gift cards make great gifts for any occasion, like Mother's Day, Father's Day, graduation, birthdays, or anniversaries. They're available at the stadium 580 Walnut, or by mail from the Reds ticket office. 2-out base runner George Hendrick, Gene Tenace, ball to him. Tenace in the first inning hit a hard fly ball out to Foster in left and then drew a walk in the third. That loaded the bases, but then Rader hit into a 5-4-3 double play. 2 balls, no strikes. Cincinnati with a 4-1 lead. Tenace taking a strike on the inside part of the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. 9 RBIs to lead this club, 8 against the Reds. Off-speed pitch is low, ball 3. Bailey holding against Hendrick at first base. Here's a long drive, deep left, but going foul. Tenace tied into that one pretty good now. But he rips her foul to left field as the ball comes cascading back onto the field. Freiman full up on Tenace, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Woody back behind the mound, rubbing up the new baseball. Checking in with Johnny Bench. Hendrick breaks, 3-2 pitch, swung on, hit in the air to center field, back deep. Geronimo racing back toward the 410 mark, draws a bead. Got it on the warning track. That one high enough to draw rain to straightaway center field and had Geronimo on the track at 410 to bring it down. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the 6th inning. Reds over the Padres, 4-1.
Stroh's presents a musical beer break. From one beer lover to another, the Stroh Brewery Company, Detroit, Michigan.
Joe Nuxall and yours truly, Marty Brenneman, back at San Diego Stadium with a Red story, and through 5 innings, it has been a good one. We got him 4-1 as we will be sending to the plate Foster, Bench, Concepcion, and we hope more against right-hander Tom Griffin, who's done a fine job in holding the deficit right where it was in the 3rd inning following Joe Morgan's home run. When he came on and so far has, well, not allowed the Reds a base hit, nor has he permitted a base runner. He's retired 7 in a row. And he'll start off against Foster, who lined hard into a double play in the 1st inning and then bounced out short to first in the 3rd. Foster, a homer. It came last night. 8 RBIs. Griffin works, and Foster takes ball 1. Swung on and popped up. Foul ground off to the right of the play, but no play for Dave Roberts. Tomorrow, Pat Zachary against Bob Shirley. And listen to some of the comments from some of the Reds players concerning their 2nd meeting of the year against the young left-hander. Might prove to be an interesting afternoon, one way or the other. Did he get around on it? High fastball. That Foster thinking, and first base umpire Harry Wendelstadt said yes. So George with a strike, behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. Griffin into his windup. Foster hammers one off the mound, bouncing over to shortstop Allman. Quick throw, got it. Tough break for Foster. That ball doesn't hit the mound. It goes into center field for a base hit.
The left leg bouncing over to Allman. That's what's done about 3 times we've seen that happen this year already. It happened in Houston and cost us maybe a ball game down there, and it happened, I believe, last night at one point. So a lot of aided fielding here early.
Oh, it was hit very, very hard as John McNamara and the Padres trainer started out toward the mound to make sure Griffin was all right. Tom shook him off before they reached the foul line and said, no problem. Johnny Bench inside and high ball 1. So Foster scored 1-6-3 on the outplay. Bench is fly to center. He's also had a walk. He hits a high drive to left field. That's going to be a foul ball. And 3 different fellas in this game take shots at home runs only to see them go foul rather. Tenace, of course, hit one deep, but foul in the 5th inning, and now Johnny Bench takes a shot. Pulls it foul here in the 6th. 1-1 the count to the Reds catchers. Ball 2 is high, 2-1. Three balls, 1 strike. Quite cool here in San Diego tonight, but then again, it was that way here last evening, and you expect it to be that way this time of the year. The days, though, absolutely beautiful. Bench is on his 2nd walk. Tom Griffin has issued his first base on balls, and that's the first batter outplay. Tom Griffin has issued his first base on balls, and that's the first batter to reach base against him. Bringing to the plate David Concepcion, a single and a run scored in the 2nd. He flied to left in the 3rd. Davey has now had 11 hits on the year. Second to Ken Griffey's 13. Griffin will be working from the stretch for the first time since coming on in relief in the 3rd. Low and outside. This was the situation back in that 3rd inning after Johnny Bench had gotten a walk from Randy Jones. Griffin came on. Bench was running. Davey first fouled the pitch off, came right back. Bench was off again, and Roberts easily threw him out. Now a throw to first. John is back. The Reds 4, the Padres 1 as we play baseball in the 6th. Check swing and a call strike. Getting some activity underway in the San Diego bullpen. Right-hander Vic Bernal, a rookie. And left-hander Dave Tomlin. Again, a throw to first base. So Tomlin left-hander, Bernal right-hander, double-barreled action in the San Diego bullpen. They call for a pitch out, but Johnny Bench not having any idea of running. 2 balls and a strike on Concepcion. Things have settled down to a game with the emphasis on pitching since the 3rd. Griffin continues to pay a lot of attention to Johnny Bench. Strike is called. 2-2. Davey turning around as he walks away from the batter's box to say something to Bob Bailey, who's scheduled to hit next. Griffin waiting on the mound as Concepcion stands back in. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. In the 6th inning, bench on at first base and leading. Another quick throw that way. Here's a pitch. Swung on and hit to center, sending Hendrick back. He stops, turns toward the plate, and reaches up and makes the catch. 2 out. That'll bring to the plate first baseman Bob Bailey. Bob a single back in the 2nd, and then fly to center in the 3rd in the 4th inning.
Bob Bailey.
Griffin digging himself a better toe hold out in front of the pitching rubber. Here's Bailey. Strike 1 call. Bob, a native of Long Beach, California, which is up in the L.A. area. Swung on, bounces 1 to 3rd. Rader flips on to second baseman Champion. They force bench, and that's the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on. We have played 5.5 innings tonight. Reds 4, Padres 1.
QALITY, that's the quality. KAHNS, the con, good for you and me. Plump and juicy wieners, cons variety too. KAHNS, the con, good for me and you.
You bet you've got quality with Cons meats, plus plenty of good eating. Mouth-watering treats like Cons wieners and bologna. Kids know Cons make the best hot dogs and bologna sandwiches in the world. Just ask them and see. That's why it's easy to spell quality with Cons.
Plump and juicy wieners, Cons variety too. KAHNS, the con, good for me and you. KAHNS, the con, good for me and you.
You can depend on Cons.
Well, the Padres come to bat in the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll pause for station identification on the Cincinnati Reds Baseball Network.
Just set your dial and forget it. Set it on 100 WMNI FM, Columbus, Ohio. Featuring the world champion Cincinnati Reds and the very best in music all day long.
Woody Freiman back to the mound for the 6th time in the game and will be working first to third baseman Doug Rader.
Number 12, Doug Rader.
Rader hit a home run leading off the 2nd inning for the only Padre run thus far, but then Freiman came back to get him to hit into a 5-4-3 double play in the 3rd, by far the biggest play that the Reds have turned tonight, because at that time San Diego had him loaded with 1 out. Here's a line drive, soft liner into center field. 2nd hit of the night for Rader. Doug with a base hit off Freiman's first 6th inning pitch. That gives San Diego a total of 6. Roberts is 0 for 2 in his first start. A fly to right, a strikeout swinging. So 6 innings, 6 hits, no more than 1 per inning allowed by Freiman. Roberts looks at the pitch high, and with that leadoff single by Doug Rader, we've got right-hander Dale Murray beginning to throw in the Cincinnati bullpen, while the left-hander Tomlin continues to do the same thing for San Diego. That one fouled down the right field line and dropping back into the seats. Count even at 1-1. Freiman has had to work with men on base in every inning, but to his credit, he has stranded a total of 7 runners. That one foul back. Roberts on the short end of a ball 1, strike 2 count. Woody checking the runner. Delivers. Strike 3, swinging. Second time in the game that he's punched out Dave Roberts, and that time he got him with a high inside fastball.
Number 10, Mike Champion.
1 out and 1 on for Mike Champion, who's walked and double to left field. Freiman has now struck out 5 in the game. And his control has certainly gotten a heck of a lot better since the first 3 innings when he issued 4 walks. No one has walked since then. Runner goes, pitch is swung on and hit to right field. Griffey backpedaling, reaches up, makes the catch. Rader almost to second, has to put on the brakes and come on back. 2 down. Merv Redmond is going to be sent up to pinch hit for Tom Griffin.
For the Padres, pinch hitting for the pitcher Griffin. Number 17, Merv.
Merv early in the season, but has done a good job in this role for John McNamara's ball club. At a pinch hit home run 2 days ago here against San Francisco, and delivered a pinch single against the Reds last night. Been up 3 times, has had 2 hits. Facing Freiman with 2 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pitch. Good fastball, but too much high and too much inside. That's down and in, ball 2. Freiman looking around. Redmond knocking the dirt out of his cleats, steps back in. Ahead 2 balls and no strikes. Bailey playing behind the leading Doug Rader at first base. That's swung on and missed. Two balls, a strike, the count. Right-handed batting Merv Redmond, pinch hitting for Tom Griffin. Change is in for a taken, strike 2. So Woody Freiman a strike away and an out away from making inning number 6 history for the San Diego Padres. The Reds out in front 4-1, trying to make it 2 straight. Down and in again. I'll tell you, Freiman has been all over the plate to Merv Redmond as he goes full at 3-2. Murray continues to loosen up. Redmond collecting his thoughts. In. Freiman stretches, pauses, and pitches as Rader goes, and the pitch is hit to right field. Griffey is there, short of the track, and pulls it in. 6th inning for San Diego. No runs, a hit, no Cincinnati errors, 1 man left on. And as we head to the final 3 innings of action in Game 2 of this series, Cincinnati over San Diego 4-1.
When you have a family, you just can't do it alone. Grange Mutual protects you every day. Grange Mutual with you all the way. Your partner in protection.
One of the great partnerships of the silver screen was Douglas Fairbanks and Mary Pickford. Their screen partnership blossomed into man and wife. Their home, Pickfair, is still a West Coast tourist attraction. When you need a partner in protection, your Grange agent will be Johnny on the spot. Now is the ideal time to form this partnership. You can protect the precious things you own and those you love, and have a partner when you need help. Call your Grange agent today.
Grange Mutual with you all the way. Your partner in protection. When you have a family, you just can't do it alone.
Left-hander Dave Tomlin comes to the mound to pitch the seventh inning against Cincinnati batters. It'll be Cesar Geronimo to start it off, and back to paint the word picture for you. Here's Joe.
All right, Marty. Tomlin making his fifth appearance of the year for the Padres. He's worked 4 in the third innings, allowing 4 hits, has not allowed a run, has not walked the batter, has struck out 5. Geronimo, Freiman, and Rose here in the seventh. The Reds leading it 4-1. Geronimo up for the third time. He's 0 for 2. He hit into a force out in the second inning. Struck out in the fourth. Tom Griffin works 3 2/3 innings. Did not allow a hit. Struck out 2 and walked 1.
Leading off the Cincinnati, number 20, Cesar Geronimo.
Well, you look at Randy Jones and wonder if he'll straighten out, and hopefully he will, certainly, but I'm sure it's on John McNamara's mind right now because Randy has now worked a total of 15 in the third innings, allowing 25 hits. Geronimo swings on the first pitch by Tomlin and bounces at the champion. On to Tenace, 1 away. That'll bring Woody Freiman to the plate. Woody is 0 for 2. He grounded to second and struck out in his 2 times at the plate.
Number 35, Woody Freiman.
The Reds getting their runs, 1 in the second, 3 in the third. Padres 1 run coming in the second. Freiman looks at a strike from Tomlin. Doug Flynn loosening up down in the Cincinnati bullpen. He'll undoubtedly replace Pete at third base in the inning. There's a bunt by Freiman. It could be problems, and is. So Woody drops one down the third baseline and crossed up Rader and Tomlin. Tomlin was over, let it go, but Rader picked it up, looked, and said, well, the man's got a base hit. Woody Freiman, his first hit of the year, a bunt single along the third baseline. Hit number 8 in the game for the Reds. Here's Pete Rose. Pete is 2 for 3. He singled in the first, singled in the third, scored a run, and a fly ball to left in the fifth off Tom Griffin. With 1 out, Freiman at first base. Gene Tenace plays a couple of steps behind him. Tomlin the stretch, and the pitch to Rose. He swings and bounces it. Nice play, Tenace. He throws to second to force a Freiman, and Gene Tenace, moving toward the line, made a fine play on Rose. Threw to second to Almon to get the force of Woody Freiman. So Pete's talking to Gene Tenace and says, "You dirty dog." A fine defensive play by Gene Tenace. Rose at first base with 2 away now, and Ken Griffey steps in. Freiman out 3-6 on the force. Griffey 2 for 3. Singled his first 2 times up in the game, and then grounded to second. That coming in the fifth. Pitch to Griff, swung on and bounced to Tenace. He waves Tomlin away, goes to the bag, and that's it. So in the inning for the Reds, no runs, a hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base, and it's the middle of the 7th. The Reds 4, the Padres 1.
How do you explain the fact that of the 10 largest breweries in America today, Stroh's is the only one that is still family-owned and family-run? We believe it goes back to a way of thinking that has been passed down from one generation of Stroh's to the next for more than 200 years. To the Stroh family, brewing is more than just a way of making money. It's something they were brought up to become personally involved with and to take personal pride in. Because beer is a living thing that has to be looked after by someone who really cares about it.
That's the way the Strohs run their brewery today. We think the real beer lover will appreciate it. The Stroh Brewery Company, Detroit, Michigan. Family brewers for more than 200 years.
New third baseman for the Reds, Doug Flynn, replacing Pete Rose. Woody Freiman will be facing Turner, Almond, and Winfield as the Padres bat in the 7th inning. San Diego has had 6 hits off Woody. He hit in each of the first 6 innings. Jerry Turner is 0 for 3, has struck out twice. Grounded out in the first and then struck out in the second, again in the fourth. Freiman delivers and Turner takes a strike. Woody into the wind, the pitch. Sidearm breaking pitch as Turner bluffs the bunt. It's outside, 1-1. Dale Murray again throwing in the Cincinnati bullpen. 4-1, Reds leading. Freiman looking for his second win of the year. His 1-1 pitch. Swung on, and that bounds by Bailey in the hole into right field, a base hit. Hit number 7 for the Padres.
Number 6, Bill Almon.
Bill Almon steps in. Almon 2 for 3. A bunt single in the first. Single to right center in the third, and he struck out in the 5th. Reds have turned in 1 double play, and that a big one back in the 3rd inning when the Padres loaded the bases with 1 out. Rader grounding into the double play. Pitch to Almond, outside a ball. Turner leads at first. Bailey holding him close. Freiman sets, delivers. Almond checks, a strike called, 1-1. They haven't announced the attendance tonight. We would imagine near 40,000 plus. 1-1 on the way. Slow curve. This is outside. 2 balls to strike to the right-handed batting Almond. Dave Winfield up next. 2-1 on the way. Swung on and fouled. Breaking pitch. Count evens at 2-2. Reds wind up the road trip tomorrow and hopefully a split for the 6 games. Two balls, 2 strikes. Freiman back to the plate. Curve low and inside, and the count goes full now to Bill Almond. If Jerry Turner will be going. When he sets and delivers, the runner does not go, and it's swung on and fouled off the shin guard of Johnny Bench. Now holding 3-2. Freiman ready, and again the 3-2 delivery. That's low and inside, ball 4. Well, the first 2 reach here in the inning, and Sparky Anderson on his way to the mound, and that might be all for Woody Freiman. 5th walk issued by Woody, and Sparky points to the bullpen, and that's going to be it. So Woody Freiman works 6+ innings, and Dale Murray will come on. For Murray, this will be his 4th appearance of the year. Worked 6 in the 3rd innings, allowing 11 hits. Has struck out 2, has not walked a batter. Dale has had 1 save. Dale jogs in from the Cincinnati bullpen, and Mike Caldwell is up and starts going. Woody Freiman issues a base hit to Jerry Turner and a walk to Bill Almon, the first two batters here in the seventh. And that's it as Murray comes on. So Woody allows a total of 7 hits in the game, struck out 5, walked 5, 1 run, an earned run. Of course, the 2 runners on base, his responsibility. Ryman walked 4 in the first 3 innings. Now Dale Murray on to face Dave Winfield. Padres with Almon at first, Turner at second. Reds jumping out first on the scoreboard with a run in the second inning on singles by Concepcion Bailey. And a throwing arrow by shortstop Bill Almon that allowed Concepcion to score from third base. And in the third inning, the Reds picked up 3 after Rose and Griffey singled. Joe Morgan hit his second home run of the year over the right field fence, giving him now 12 RBIs on the year. All right, Murray completes his warm-up, and Dave Winfield steps in. Winfield 0 for 2 and a walk. Fly ball to right in the first, a walk in the third, and grounded is short. A good play by Concepcion in the fifth to retiring. He's backhanding in the hole and throwing Winfield out, who runs quite well. Murray sets and delivers, and Winfield takes it a ball. Almon first base, Turner at second. Nobody out, and the Reds leading 4-1. 7th inning. Murray delivers. Winfield swings and hits it down the right field line. That could be trouble. A fair ball, and that'll score 2 for sure. Winfield is second. He's on his way to third, and he's there standing. It's a 4-3 ball game. Now, Dave Winfield gets his 7th and 8th RBI with a triple down the right field line. That ball landing about a foot fair deep down the right field line. And that's it for Woody Freiman. You close him out for the evening. Woody worked 6 innings, allowing 3 runs, 7 hits, struck out 5, walked 5. So here's George Hendrick with Winfield at third base and nobody out. Reds infield will pull in for Hendrick. Gene Tenace on deck. Outfield straight away. Murray delivers. Hendrick swings and fouls. Padres now with 8 hits in the game. Same number as the Reds. Murray works. Hendrick takes. Strike 2 call. 0-2 now to George Hendrick. Winfield down the line to third. The pitch. Swung on and missed. A fastball up and in. So Murray gets a strikeout. His first. Third strikeout of the year. 1 away, and Gene Tenace to the plate. Tenace 0 for 2 and a walk. A fly ball to left in the first inning. A walk in the third, and a fly ball in the 5th inning that Geronimo hauled down on the warning track from straightaway center field. Murray delivers. Tenace takes it low and outside the ball. Dale Murray trying to work out a trouble here in the 7th inning. He delivers the 1-0, and Tenace swings and sends it to right field. Coming on is Griffey, and Kenny has it. The long throw, and not in time. It's a tie ball game. A sacrifice fly for Gene Tenace, and it ties it up here in the 7th inning. That's the 10th RBI of the year for the Padre catcher, and 9 of them have come against the Cincinnati Reds. 2 away now, and Doug Rader to the plate. Rader 2 for 3, a home run in the 2nd inning, a single in the 6th. First pitch to him, in for a called strike. Murray works. Rader takes down low, and it's 1-1. Mike Caldwell continues to throw in the Reds' bullpen. Pitch up high. 2 balls to strike the Raider. Dale getting the sign from bench. His 2-1 delivery. High and inside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Murray onto the pitching rubber. And the 3-1. Check swing. It's low and outside. Ball 4. That's the first walk issued by Murray, the 6th in the game. Ryman walking 5, and number 3, Dave Roberts steps in. Roberts 0 for 3, a fly ball to right in the 2nd inning, and then he has struck out his next 2 times at the plate in the 4th and the 6th. Two outs. The Padres have tied it here in the 7th with 3. A swing and a miss by Roberts on a low fastball. Murray sets, delivers. High and inside as Roberts leans away. 1-1. Raleigh fingers sawing in the Padre bullpen. Murray ready. His pitch missing outside. 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike to Dave Roberts with Rader at first base. Two-1 on the way, swung on the ground ball. Concepcion has it. He throws to Morgan. Force of Rader, and that's it for the Padres, but they tie it up here in the 7th with 3 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors, 1 runner left on base, and at the end of 7, the Reds 4, the Padres 4.
Did you know there's a new microwave range that cooks 3 ways? From Roper, naturally. The Roper combination microwave range lets you bake or roast your regular electric way. Or use superfast microwave only in the big oven. Or combine regular heat with microwave at the same time to save 75% of the cooking time. With your Roper microwave range, you don't need special recipes, no complicated time and temperature conversions, and no special utensils. A typical 30-minute family meal is meatloaf, bread, scalloped potatoes, and pie, all cooked at one time and in one oven with Roper's combination microwave cooking. If it says Roper, it's quality. See all the Roper ranges in the exciting new Roper combination microwave range at Hoffman Appliance in Nelsonville, Ohio, Tools TV and Appliance in Asheville, Ohio, and Wiseman Appliance in Crooksville, Ohio.
7-inning totals show the Reds with 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors. The Padres 4 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. The Reds will send up Joe Morgan to lead off the 8th. Back with the action, Marty Brenneman.
Okay, we'll pause before Joe steps in for station identification on the Cincinnati Reds Baseball Network.
Hi, this is Steve Cantrell, a host on the Quadfather Show, Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. here on WMNI FM, Columbus, Ohio. Quadfather, who did you predict this morning?
Cincinnati.
Tie game at 4-4 as we go to the top of the 8th inning, and here's a man who has had the last Cincinnati base hit, Joe Morgan. He bluffs a bunt, drawing Rader and Tenace in from third and first, and takes the pitch low for ball 1. Morgan hammered a 3-run third-inning home run. That's the last base hit we've had. Up until actually the 7th, Woody Freiman with a bunt single. So the Reds have been limited to 1 hit over the last 4 full innings of play. Morgan swings and fouls off the bat handle to level the count at 1-1. Both bullpens are busy. Left-hander Mike Caldwell for Cincinnati, and as Joe mentioned, John McNamara getting his hammer ready. Right-hander Raleigh Fingers. The pitch, swung on, foul ball, off to the left and out of play. Morgan behind, a ball, 2 strikes with Foster on deck and Johnny Bench waiting in the wing. Tomlin with the sign and the pitch. Fastball up and in, 2-2. There's a slow curve change. It stays high and inside. So Tomlin, 3-2 on Joe Morgan. Boy, if we can get Joe on, maybe create something here in the inning. Padres scoring 3 in the bottom of the 7th to tie the game up at 4-4. Payoff pitch is, well, was it ball 4? A check swing foul ball. Morgan 2 for 3, single in the first inning. Or 1 for 3. The home run in the third is only base hit. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first and bounced out to the pitcher in the 5th. He swings and fouls this one back, and the count holds at 3-2. Each club with 4 runs on 8 hits. San Diego has committed the only error. Here's a high pop. That'll be in play off the third base line and foul ground. Rader there and makes the catch. Foster 0 for 3 is lined into a double play, bounced to short, and hit a hard smash that caught the leg of Tom Griffin back in the 6th inning, bounced over to Almon, and he threw him out. Foster steps in, then steps out of the batter's box as Tomlin started to work. Dave, the third San Diego pitcher, we got Jones out in 2 1/3. Then Griffin came on to pitch 3 2/3 innings of no-hit baseball. Foster with a foul. Tomlin in the 7th. Gave up the bunt single to Freiman, but no damage done to him. And now working in the 8th is retired Morgan on a pop-up to Doug Rader. Out in front, a strike on Foster as he kicks and throws. George swings, bounces one by the mound, but there's Champion. On to Tenace, 2 out. National League Baseball schedules in Braille are available at no charge to blind baseball fans. For information, write the Library of Congress, Division for the Blind and Physically Handicapped in Washington, D.C. The 2-out batter will be Johnny Bench. Only up 1 time officially. That a fly ball to center in the 2nd. He's walked twice. John, a line drive hit to left field. Bench hanging one out hard to left off Tomlin with 2 down, and that'll keep the inning going for shortstop Dave Concepcion. That's the 9th Cincinnati hit. Davey has had one of them, a second inning single, and he scored a run, has since flied to left and hit a fly ball that Hendrick caught in center field in the 6th. Reds with a go-ahead run on base with 2 out. Bench inching off the bag. Concepcion takes it below the knees for a ball. The 1-0. On the outside edge, it got it. Strike is called. 1 ball, 1 strike. San Diego club with the firepower to battle back, and that they have done tonight, trailing 4-1 with 3 in the 7th to tie it up. Bench out at first with 2 out in the Cincinnati 8th inning, and Concepcion watching the Tomlin pitch right outside for ball 2-1. Grounded right side. Tenace backhands the ball, puts on the brakes, goes to the bag to get the out. In the inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. After 7 1/2, the Reds 4, the Padres 4.
We got together to do it better, and that's what we did.
Cincinnati Reds 580 Gift Shop has lots of terrific gift items and souvenirs saluting the Reds World Championship. One item every collector is sure to want is a highlights record album of 1976. The stereo LP album features actual game broadcasts of the regular season, playoffs, and World Series. Get your copy now at the Reds 580 Gift Shop or call or write the Reds office to find out how to order by mail. Bottom of the 8th inning. Locked in at 4 runs apiece, the Reds and the Padres. And it'll be 8-9-1, Mike Champion. No doubt a pinch hitter for Dave Tomlin and Jerry Turner. Champion has walked, he's doubled, he has flied to right field. The pitch, he swings and he chops it foul at home plate. The pitching line on Woody Freiman. He went 6+, giving up 7 hits and 3 runs. They were all of the earned variety. He struck out 5 and walked 5. That one fouled out of play, so Freiman Murray with a quick advantage against Mike Champion, 2 strikes. And at this point in the game, both bullpens are quiet. Champion strikes out swinging. Chalk up strikeout number 2 for Dale Murray, and now we await to see who manager John McNamara is going to be sending plateward to bat for the pitcher Dave Tomlin. Freiman pitching a strong 6 innings of baseball tonight before running into problems in the 7th. Dale Murray came on with 2 men on, nobody out, gave up 2-run triple to Winfield after striking out Hendrick. Tenace had the game-tying sacrifice fly. Gene Richard will be the pinch hitter for Dave Tomlin. Murray has struck out Champion to begin the 8th. Richards 5 for 30 this season. He's doubled, he has tripled. Left-handed batter takes a fastball for a strike. Strike 2 is called. In the 9th inning, the Reds will be sending up Bailey, Geronimo, and the pitcher scheduled to bat. That one fouled off and into the seats behind the Cincinnati dugout. Well, we promised you a good crowd, and a good crowd it indeed is. 41,029. 41,029 on hand tonight. Missing inside with a pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes on pinch hitter Richards. He struck him out swinging. Dale Murray beginning to heat up as he chalks up back-to-backers against Champion and Richards. And now faces Jerry Turner, who started off that big seventh inning comeback with a base hit to right field. That hit for Turner is only hit, and 4 times up. He has struck out twice. He hits a high chop off the plate, picked up by Bailey, underhands and safe at first base. Bob Bailey made a nice play as the ball was chopped high off the plate. He barehanded the ball off the grass, flipped on to Murray, but on a close play, Turner gets on with the infield hit. That'll bring up Billy Almon, or at least he is scheduled to hit, but apparently will not. Bobby Valentine is going to become the second Padres pinch hitter of the inning. Checking out Valentine's early stats. He's been up 5 times. He has not yet had a hit. All up in pinch hit situations, and you would expect Raleigh fingers to be loosening up for San Diego, and he in fact is. Johnny Bench has been out to the mound for a brief chat with Dale Murray. Jerry Turner leading at first base with 2 out, and the game tied at 4-4 in the 8th inning. Here's a throw to first. We talked about Murray's good move to first base, and quite a commodity to have for a relief pitcher who has to come out in the late innings and keep those runners close. A close play at first, and again safe. Well, if nothing else, Turner's not going to get the lead that he is normally accustomed to getting. And that's the name of the game. Valentine out of the batter's box, checking in with Joey Amalfitano in the third base coaching box. Murray throwing to first, back again head first is Jerry Turner. Valentine pointing the bat out toward the mound, and again the throw to first base. Crowd doesn't like it, but I guarantee you Dale Murray's continued throwing that way has Jerry Turner thinking again. He deals quickly to Bob Bailey. Turner with good speed, although has not had a stolen base this season, nor has he attempted one. Murray delivers to Valentine, and the fastball is high. To first base, safe. Strikeouts of Champion and Richards preceded the infield hit by Turner. Valentine ahead now, ball 2. Maybe Dale Murray guilty of paying too much attention to the runner at first base, as he has missed both of his first 2 pitches to Valentine high. He got around on that pitch, tried to check his swing, a strike, 2-1. Four to 4 the score in the bottom of the 8th with 2 out. Murray throwing, Turner coming back. Two balls and a strike on Bobby Valentine. He gets on. Dave Winfield will be the batter. That one fouled out of play, and it's 2-2. Padres attempting to break a 3-game losing streak, and the Reds trying to make it 2 straight here in San Diego Stadium. Right-hander looks, he pitches, and he's high and inside with a count now full. 3-2. Well, Bailey now with a count full will back up, play behind the runner Turner at first. He'll be off and running on the payoff pitch. Dale sights a sign. He delivers, and a grounder to the mound. Murray flips on to Bailey. That's all for Valentine, and that is all for San Diego. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We move to the 9th inning. Cincinnati 4 and San Diego 4. Here's a message for college students. College night at Riverfront Stadium is Friday, April 29th. The Reds meet the Cubs in an 8:05 game, and the outstanding rock group Pure Prairie League will entertain beginning at 7:10. College students get a special bargain price. Purchase tickets in advance at any Central Ticket Office location in Columbus, at Jack's Corner in Oxford, at the Audio Buff in Athens, at Graves Cox in Lexington, and at Southern Sporting Goods in Bloomington. By the way, if you know a college student, be sure to tell him about this special date. That's Friday, April 29th, college night with the Cincinnati Reds. 2 changes for San Diego. Raleigh Fingers, their 4th pitcher. And at shortstop is Enzo Hernandez. We saw Fingers work last night, pitching 2 2/3 innings, giving up 3 hits and 1 run. That's the only time he has been scored upon this season in 4 previous appearances. Got another change for San Diego. Gene Richards is in left field. He came on to pinch hit for Tomlin in the last inning and struck out, and now remains in the game to play left. So Richards in left, Hernandez at shortstop, and on the mound, right-hander Raleigh Fingers. Danny Driessen leading off the top of the 9th inning as a pinch hitter for Bob Bailey. Fingers pitches high for a ball. You've got activity underway in the Cincinnati bullpen. Right-hander Raleigh Eastwick. And it looks like Ray Knight is also loosening, which would indicate a possible pinch hitter for Doug Flynn if we get that far. Swung on, popped up along the left field line. Enzo Hernandez back and calling and makes the catch. Driessen popping out to the Padres shortstop. And the batter will be Cesar Geronimo as Mike Lum moves to the Reds on deck circle to hit for Dale Murray.
Number 20, Cesar Geronimo.
Geronimo has reached on a fielder's choice, struck out, and bounced out to second base. He swings and fouls it down the left field line, out of play. Reds had 7 hits in the first 3 innings, have had 2 hits since then. Up and in a ball. Bunt single by Woody Fryman in the 7th, and a single to left field by Johnny Bench in the 8th. Ground ball, pull to the right side and through. A base hit to right field. Geronimo got on with a single with 1 out here in the 9th. And now it'll be Mike Lum, a left-handed batter, to hit for Dale Murray.
Batting for the pitcher Murray, number 21, Mike Lum.
Lum has been up a total of 4 times, has had 1 hit, all in pinch hit situations. Doug Rader playing inside the bag at third as Fingers throws on to Tenace at first. They got the go-ahead run on, and now let's get him around. Lum waiting on Fingers, who will throw to first again. That one, Tenace had to battle behind the bag on a low throw to keep from getting through. Gene walking in toward the mound and will meet Raleigh Fingers as they discuss the situation. Here's Fingers, and here's a pitch to Lum. Strike one call. Throw to first. Well, Raleigh Fingers duplicating the feat of Dale Murray in the 8th inning when Turner reached on the infield hit with 2 out. Lum checking his swing. The pitch is just high for a ball. 1-1. Flynn scheduled to bat next. Ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Fingers with 1 decision, a winning one. He's also saved a game. This is his 5th appearance. He shows an earned run average of 129. Behind to Mike Lum, 2 balls and 1 strike. Lum swings and fouls it out of play. You might possibly see Champ Summers hit for Doug Flynn. The only indication that way would be the fact that Ray Knight was loosening up. Lum pops it out of play, back of the plate. Roberts quickly throwing aside the face mask, but the ball dropping in behind the screen. Holding count on Lum of 2 balls, 2 strikes. Geronimo leading at first. 1 out. Fingers with a pause in the pitch. Swung on and hit into right center field. There is Winfield, and he makes the catch. So with 2 down, Doug Flynn is going to come on and hit for himself. And this for Doug is going to be his first at-bat of the season.
Doug Flynn, third base.
Been used a number of times as a late-inning defensive replacement for Pete Rose at third base, but coming in tonight, taking over for Rose at that spot in the bottom of the 7th inning, he now is coming to the plate for the first time in 77. Before delivering to the plate, Fingers will throw to first base. Doug with a super year last season in a utility role, batted .283 in 93 games. He hits a smash into center field for a base hit. Geronimo will move to second and hold right there as Doug Flynn wasted no time at all jumping on Fingers' first pitch and hit a hard ground ball up the middle. So now Ken Griffey will be the batter with 2 on and 2 out. Geronimo the lead runner, as the Reds have now had 11 hits in the game and have gotten a couple of them in this 9th off Fingers.
Number 30, Ken Griffey.
Griffey had hits his first 2 times, singles in the 1st and 3rd. He has since bounced out second to first and grounded out Tenace unassisted. Fingers delivers. Griffey swings and misses. Bottom of the 9th for San Diego. They will have coming up some pretty good swingers. Dave Winfield, George Hendrick, and Gene Tenace. What do you say we got to run and put some pressure on them? First and second occupied. Fingers working with 2 out. Delivers. Griffey swings, line drive, left field, base hit. Here comes Geronimo. Here comes Richards. Throw to the plate. It's going to be in time. They got him. A perfect throw from left fielder Gene Richards right on the money to Dave Roberts. Cuts down Geronimo on a big defensive play for San Diego. No runs, 3 hits, 2 left. We move to the bottom of the 9th inning. It is the Reds 4 and the Padres 4.
Man, I love to drive on the open road and listen to that old night wind blow. Chewing Red Fox, it sure does ease my mind. riding this ribbon on through the dark. No place to stop, no place to park. Me and Red Fox chewing tobacco, making up lost time. The Red Fox folks know what they're doing when it comes to making tobacco for chewing. For relaxation, man, it's one of a kind. It's moist and soft and mild for sure. The flavor's fresh. The taste is pure. It settles you down and helps a man unwind. Why don't you try Red Fox? Look for it in the white pouch with the picture of Old Red taking it easy. Red Fox chewing tobacco. Now it's better than ever. So when that highway starts to call, run with the fox that beats them all, Red Fox. 'Cause mister, taking it easy never tasted so good. Red Fox.
San Diego comes up with a defensive play of the game, and a big ninth inning play it was as Gene Richards fires home to nail the go-ahead run. Cesar Geronimo for the final out, and as a result, we're in the bottom of the ninth inning, still tied at 4 runs apiece. Raleigh Eastwick is now on the mound for Cincinnati as Eastwick makes his 5th appearance of the season. No wins and a loss. Has a couple of saves. He picked up one last night, pitching an inning and 2/3 of super baseball. Eastwick retired 5 batters in a row to nail down the win for Santo Alcala, and now he's going to have to do a number on San Diego and hopefully send this game into extra innings. Dave Winfield, whose 2-run triple in the 7th inning, drew the Padres to within 1 run. And then he himself scored the tying run on Tenace's fly ball to right. It'll be Winfield to open it up. Numbers for Dale Murray. He works 2 innings, gives up 2 hits and a run. It was earned. He walked 1 and struck out 3. Winfield 1 for 3. Robbed of a hit in the 5th inning when Concepcion dug out his hard grounder in the hole at shortstop to throw him out. Dan Driessen remaining in the game to play first base. And 41,000 and change want to see this Padres ball club win it right here. Eastwick delivers, and Winfield swings and hammers one to straightaway center. Hit it well. Back is Geronimo, and off the tip of his glove. Winfield to second base. He's going to try to get to third. The throw, they got him. What a throw by Cesar Geronimo from the warning track in center field. Pete Rose was waiting on Winfield, who came in head first. Make it Doug Flynn who put the tag on Dave Winfield, and you're not going to see a better throw from deep center field than Geronimo just uncorked.
Well, it was a mistake, really, Marty, because Davey's out there to cut it off. If Davey gets to it, it's a very easy play, but I'd have to say by accident he made a heck of a throw.
That he did, and they are now going to score that a double. Winfield dejectedly walking back toward the San Diego dugout. John McNamara has come out to argue with third base umpire Jim Quick, but from our vantage point, I don't see where he had any argument at all. Make the foot out, 8-5, Geronimo to Flynn.
George Hendrick.
Credit a double to Dave Winfield, and the one-out batter will be George Hendrick. Hendrick has had a hit and 3 times up. He has walked, he has struck out, he's reached on a fielder's choice. Call strike. Missing down and away for a ball, 1-1. Bottom of the ninth, tied at 4-4. Eastwick against George Hendrick. Swing and a pop-up. Coming back toward the screen is Bench. Not a play for him. They'll put the count at ball 1, strike 2 to Hendrick. And Tenace is the on-deck batter for San Diego. Pitch. He tried to slap it to right field and dropped it foul back into the seats. Eastwick ahead, but misses again down and outside of the right-handed batting Padres center fielder. 2-2. Padre defense cuts off the go-ahead run of the top of the ninth. The Reds defense guns down Dave Winfield, trying to make it 3 bases in the bottom of the ninth. And now the count goes full. $41,029 and not a one going anywhere. Glued to their seats for this one. Hendrick fouls it off at the plate, drops the bat, shakes his hands. That apparently hurt a little bit. Quiet, introverted George Hendrick. Doesn't give interviews to radio broadcasters. Doubt that he has a whole lot to say to newspaper writers. But over the last few years has swung a very, very potent home run and RBI bat for the Cleveland Indians, and now in the National League for his first go-round. He's back in the batter's box. Eastwick again with a 3-2 pitch. He lines one, base hit, left center field. So Raleigh Eastwick has faced 2 batters and has given up hits to each. Winfield was thrown out at third. Hendrick a base hit to left center, and we'll pause for station identification on the Cincinnati Reds Baseball Network.
This is WMNI-FM in Columbus, Ohio, where you can win the $3,000 all-electric Quad 100 Little Red machine. Keep listening for further details.
Hendrick at first base with 1 down. Gene Tenace, a batter, pitches high for ball 1 to him. Tenace is without a hit and 2 official times up, although his fly ball to Griffey in the 7th inning scored Winfield with a tying run. Total of 23 hits in the game. The Padres have just gotten their 11th. The single by Hendrick and Eastwick, 2 balls and no strikes on Gene Tenace. Doug Rader swinging a couple of bats is due up next. The Reds infield looks for the ground ball. Flynn deep at third and protecting the line. Pitch. Strike is called on the inside corner. 2-1. Johnny Bench hanging aside. Eastwick delivers. Ball 3 is low. Three balls and 1 strike. Outfield giving Tenace that big gap in almost straightaway center field and also on the right field foul line. He lines a single to left field. Foster down on 2 knees to play the ball. And Raleigh Eastwick not exactly setting the world on fire here in the 9th inning. 3 batters, 3 hits. Right now, Hendrick at second, Tenace at first. Hendrick is the only man who counts, and the batter will be Doug Rader. Rader is homered and singled and 3 times up. You can get this guy to hit the ball on the ground at somebody. It's almost a sure double play. But the San Diego threesome that has faced Raleigh in the 9th inning have all gotten the ball in the air for base hits. 2 on, 1 out. Rader, the pitch, swing and a miss. Raleigh challenges Rader with a high fastball that he did not get. Now the stretch, the check of the runners. Rader swings and fouls this one at the feet of Johnny Bench. Strike 2. Over the years, Doug Rader has been a very, very tough hitter with men on base. The Padres are hoping he can come up with a 4th straight hit off Raleigh Eastwick to give the Padres a 9th inning victory. 0-2 the count. Pause at the belt. The pitch. High for a ball. 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes on Doug Rader. He swings and a bat handle foul ball straight back. Nobody throwing in the Cincinnati bullpen, and all is quiet for San Diego. We've seen a total of 7 pitchers in this game. Eastwick, our third. He delivers to the plate and misses high. 2-2. Fryman pitched 6+, Murray 2, Eastwick here in the 9th, while San Diego has used Jones, Griffin, Tomlin, and Fingers. Raleigh a 2-2 count. The kick and the pitch. Strike 3 swinging. He got him. So a big strikeout of dangerous Doug Rader puts the Reds a third of the way from sending this game into extra innings, and the batter will be catcher Dave Roberts. Roberts has had a rough time of it. He is 0 for 4 and has struck out twice. Right-hander against right-hander with Hendrick and Tenace as base runners. Roberts takes it in on him, a ball. Now we're going to have time called as from wherever it came from, it's on the field, and that's a dog. Down along the right field foul line, being coaxed away by the San Diego ball boy. Apparently the dog got out of the stands and onto the field, and now he hops back out of the field of play and back up into the seats. So an intense, exciting ball game in the bottom of the 9th. Focal point shifts to a dog. Briefly. Now back to Eastwick and Roberts. Foul ball out of play. Strike 1-1. First the Super Chicken and then the dog. I think the chicken has vanished. Roberts bounces one slowly, but foul at third base. Third base umpire Jim Quick up with the ball. He'll throw that one out of play and send a new one on to Raleigh Eastwick. First batter up in the inning, Winfield had a long drive to center off the glove of Geronimo. The Chief firing him out from the warning track in center field when Winfield tried to go to third. But then Hendrick and Tenace with base hits. Rader has struck out. And Roberts with another foul back to put the count, keep the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Second baseman Mike Champion is on deck. Roberts waits, and here comes a pitch. Again the foul. Hendrick and Tenace take their leads. The pitch to the plate swung on and hit high in the air down the left field line, heading toward the seats. Flynn, Foster over. Does the play there? Nope. Into the seats and then bounding back out of the field. Flynn, Concepcion, and Foster all gathering down around the seats on the left field line, but the ball dropping in. And Dave Roberts will take the opportunity to rub up the bat handle with a pine tar rag as the three defensive players return to their respective positions. Eastwick throws strikes. Roberts fouls them off. Ball and 2 strikes and holding. With 2 out and 2 on in the bottom of the ninth in a 4-4 game. Here's a pitch. Here's a line drive to left center field. Geronimo cannot get it, and that's going to be the ball game. In the score, George Hendrick, as Geronimo made a diving bid to take away a game-winning base hit from Dave Roberts, but it was not to be. And the San Diego Padres have pulled it out here in the bottom of the ninth inning by a final score of 5-4. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a moment.
There's only one original in any business. In aluminum replacement windows, it's New Sash, the one that others are compared to. With this year's record-setting temperatures, thousands of homeowners are proud that they chose New Sash. Women love New Sash for the tilt-in windows that make cleaning faster, safer, and easier. Men like the insulated glass feature because they're usually the ones that put up and take down the storm windows. And with New Sash, storm windows become obsolete. The main reason for buying New Sash replacement windows is that old windows cost you a lot more in fuel costs each year. With New Sash replacement windows, you'll save up to 30% in heating and cooling costs. New Sash windows are custom made for a tight, perfect fit. Today is a great day to call New Sash 267-8396. New Sash is the only replacement window to carry the Good Housekeeping seal of approval. For a sound investment for fuel savings, convenience, and comfort, invest in New Sash. BJ Industries is your exclusive New Sash distributor. Call 267-8396.
Well, another bad night for the Cincinnati Reds, and for the third consecutive game, blowing an early lead. It was a 6-run lead that we blew in Houston on Wednesday night. Blew a 5-0 lead, but got the offense cranked up to ultimately win that one last night 9-5 to break a 5-game losing streak. And tonight, leading 4-1 early, San Diego strikes back to tie it up with 3 in the 7th. And in the 9th inning, they win it on Dave Roberts' 2-out single to left center field, driving Hendrick in with a winning run. 5 runs, 13 hits, 1 error with 12 men left on, while the Reds had 4 runs on 12 hits, no errors with 7 stranded. The winning pitcher, Raleigh Fingers, who himself was saved by a big defensive play in the top of the 9th inning that saw Gene Richards throw out Geronimo trying to score from second base on Ken Griffey's base hit to left field. And then in the bottom of the 9th inning, Winfield hit one off Geronimo's glove on the warning track in center, but when he tried to go to third, the Chief with a perfect strike to Doug Flynn to nail him. There were singles by Hendrick and Tenace, but then Rader struck out before Roberts, who continually fouled off strike pitch after strike pitch, lined a 1-2 delivery into the gap in left center field. Geronimo diving to try and come up with a line drive, came away with nothing, and San Diego pulls out the victory in come-from-behind fashion at 5-4. The Reds pitching continues to be very, very subpar. Woody Freiman battled for 6+ innings before giving way to Dale Murray, who allowed the 2-run triple to Dave Winfield to get the Padres to within a run. And then Tenace's fly ball to right tied it up in the 7th inning. And Raleigh Eastwick, who is pitching up and down baseball so far this season and now 5 appearances, comes on to the bottom of the 9th, gives up 4 base hits, and turns out to be the losing pitcher. Fingers wins it. He's 2-0. Eastwick suffers a loss. His record is 0-2. The Reds now have been able to win only 1 out of 5 games on this road trip and will be going against the Padres in the series wrap-up here tomorrow afternoon. The starting pitchers in that one, right-hander Pat Zachary for our side, and rookie left-hander Bob Shirley will throw for the San Diego Padres. Game time, 4 o'clock Cincinnati time, and our broadcast time on most of these same stations with the pregame shows will be at 3:30. This broadcast is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by Cincinnati Reds Incorporated solely for the entertainment of our listening audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the descriptions and accounts of this game without the express written consent of Cincinnati Reds Incorporated is prohibited. And now on most of these same stations, stay tuned for Joe Nuxall with the Star of the Game show. And again, the final score tonight, San Diego 5 and Cincinnati 4.
This has been another Cincinnati Reds presentation. And by Marathon Oil Company, people who got together to work together to do it better. And by your Norge and Roper appliance dealers. By the Grange Mutual Companies, your partners in protection. By the makers of New Sash, the original replacement window. And by Clark Lift of Columbus, the professionals with plenty of hustle. Follow the world champion Cincinnati Reds and tune in next time for the Reds on Radio on this, the Cincinnati Reds Baseball Network.
True Grits, pinto beans, or black-eyed peas, all part of the country at TJ's, 3080 Cleveland or 1385 Parsons. TJ's Country Place. This is WMNI-FM, Columbus, Ohio. What makes a Norge washer so irresistible to the ladies? There's an easy answer. Norge's giant 20-pound capacity. Your Norge washer washes 1 or 2 loads of clothes that other brands have to do in 4 or 5 loads. You save time, energy, and money with a Norge automatic washer. The 10-cycle Norge washers like the LWA 2550B give you mini-load water level control to set fast and accurately just the right water level for loads from 2 pounds to 20 pounds. Your Norge washer is rugged, just like the Norge machines in the commercial laundries. Matching Norge dryers in white, copper tone, avocado, and harvest gold are also built to handle the full 20-pound loads right out of your big Norge washer. Norge saves you time, water, detergent, and money. For complete details, stop by Larry's Sales and Service, 116 West High Street, Mount Vernon, Ohio. A Norge means 4-way savings.
It's time now for today's Star of the Game. With the star on the field is Joe Nuxall.
We're back in the dugout here at San Diego Stadium in a real thriller this afternoon, this evening rather, won by the Padres as they score a run in the bottom half of the 9th inning with 2 out to beat the Reds by a score of 5-4. And I tell you, a lot of things happened in the last inning, but the most important, of course, for the Padres, they scored a run. Our winning pitcher in the ball game, Raleigh Fingers, he is our star of the game. We'll be back with Raleigh after this word.
When you have a family, you just can't do it alone. Grange Mutual protects you every day. Grange Mutual with you all the way. Your partner in protection.
Many beautiful musical compositions would never have made it were it not for a good partnership. Gilbert and Sullivan, Rogers and Hammerstein, and Lerner and Lowe are among the immortals. A partner supplies his talent and ingenuity to augment the other's skill or needs. That's what your Grange agent can do for you. Your skills have helped you acquire valuable property, and your Grange partner can protect it. Give a listen next time a Grange agent says, "Let's be partners."
Grange Mutual with you all the way. Your partner in protection. When you have a family, you just can't do it alone.
Raleigh Fingers, our star of the game tonight. Of course, Raleigh getting a lot of work against the Reds, needless to say, but a win for you tonight, Raleigh. Your second. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Joe. I'd like to give that one to Tom Griffin tonight. He did one heck of a job for us, keeping us in the ball game up until about the 7th, 8th inning, and Dave Tomlin, too. You know, I give up 3-line drives. I was lucky to come out of there.
Of course, that last inning, what an inning it was. I don't think you could ask for any more thrills than were presented in the last inning.
No, that's for sure. You know, when Dave Winfield hit that ball out over in the center field, you know, everyone was yelling for Dave just to hold up, but he had triple on his mind, and it's too bad he got thrown out. You know, we would have won the ball game a little bit earlier had that had he not happened. But you know, the guys kept right on coming back, got 3 straight singles, and that's how you win ball games.
Raleigh, you were telling me coming over, you just about wore out here, been pitching so much.
Yeah, I've had my work done. I've been up throwing in the bullpen 2 and 3 times each night, and I've pitched 2 games here against Cincinnati. I pitched 1 game against the Giants and 2 games back in Cincinnati. So I'm due for a rest tomorrow, I hope. I got to talk to Roger. Maybe he'll give me a day off.
Raleigh, you look at this San Diego ball club and coming over from the Oakland Athletics, who had tremendous success, and can you see good things for the Padres?
Yeah, Joe, I think so. Our ball club here at San Diego is almost like the one we had in Oakland back in 1971. It's kind of growing. You got some rookie ball players over here that don't have too much experience, but you've got enough veterans on the ball club that's going to, that are going to teach them the right things. So I think sometime in the next couple of years, these guys are going to really come around. Dave, Champion and Almon at shortstop, and Winfield out in right field. He's still a pretty young ball player. You got Dave Roberts and Gene Tenace. We got a pretty young ball club over here, and I think it's going to go.
Of course, you talk about the youngsters. You have to talk about that young man that made that throw in the last inning for you.
Yeah, Gene Richards. I'll tell you, it was a great throw.